And we need
Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 22nd, 8:30 a.m. and we are here for our weekly meetings. It's 8:30 a.m. and we have prosecuting attorney appointment. We have not reviewed these as a board yet. Do we plan to go into executive session to review the candidates?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
How long would you like to start?
Well, you know, you were not here yesterday. I did share this with Kevin during our update, but I will just kind of briefly share the notes when I met with the prosecutor's office. And I'm a really fast talker, and I'll skip half of it, probably the critical stuff. I'd say 5 minutes. We're gonna start with 5.
We'll begin with a 5-minute executive session, begin at 8:31, returning at 8:36 a.m. for job applicant SASH evaluation, RCW 42.30.1101G.
Or we could also do to evaluate the qualifications of the candidate for appointment to elective office.
What's that one, appointment
We
qualification?
never get to do that one.
Oh.
We should do that one.
Okay, RCW 42.30.1101H, not G. All right, so if everyone in the room would please exit, I'd appreciate it.
For a quick a long 5 minutes.
I thought you folks exit. That's how it works. As council. We're usually going into.
You need the exercise.
You said we're done.
It is 8:36 and we are out of executive session.
I did. I went on Amazon and picked up some pickles and emailed them to her and said, these are worth.
But we're coming, getting warm. Tough decision coming.
Okay, commissioners, I will entertain a motion to appoint a prosecuting attorney. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, but before I do this, I just want to say, like I said, it's been the best of times, the worst of times. It has been the easiest and the hardest appointment just because there are 3 very, very, very good candidates. And I think we could go either, with any 3 of you. And I do believe with the staff over and the other attorneys in the prosecutor's office that you guys truly are the dream team. I think you have strengths that just are really vital for the office. And I hope that with the appointment that the person appointed will really look at the people sitting in this room, and hopefully the dream team can, once again be reunited. I think that would be just really awesome. I don't know if it's a big, a big ask or a want, but it truly is an incredible time to get to know the 3 of you briefly. And anyway, Mr. Chair, I move that we appoint Brandon Guernsey as the prosecuting attorney.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to appoint prosecuting attorney as Brandon Guernsey. Thank you.
That wasn't easy,
No.
just so you know.
And Brandon, I hope that you can go over there and you have a team waiting for you that would love to share some of their.
You have 44 online, just so you know. So a lot of people are interested, so.
Very.
Thank you.
And I guess condolences to your family. They will be taking a long move and you'll be in the office.
Got a long ride home, so yeah. Thank you.
Public life that sometimes is rewarding and sometimes is not.
All right, well, we will go into a brief recess until 8:45 a.m. when we are back for consent agenda review and work session. Good morning, it's 8:45 a.m. and we are here for consent agenda review. Are there any items on consent agenda that stand out that need reviewed for you guys?
Tom recommended possibly holding one. Let me figure out what it was. Number 20, the, kind of the Zoom renewal
Yeah, we never know.
from Carasoft. So I'm not sure on that one if we need to hold it.
They
And
were still working on the contract.
I did hear back that our microphones are still, they can hear me better on this one, but Kevin, they can't really hear you. So maybe lower the microphones.
If you lower Kevin's microphone as low as yours is, it's gonna,
The camera goes
yes,
through it.
you're, because already you can see Kevin's mic in the camera,
Uh-huh.
and if you lower it more, you're gonna end up probably blocking out somebody sitting at the table.
Okay, well, they can't hear Kevin, so
Not
I
that big
guess.
of a camera or mic. How's it gonna block them out?
Can he just plug his table mics back in?
Yeah.
This is a great TS question. I can
They're
open
here
and take it
today.
if you'd like.
Okay.
Or you talk to them,
That'd be
yes,
way
when they're
better.
here.
And I'm totally fine not being on YouTube video. If they can't hear me, I had to see my mouth maybe.
At least they can't hear me, then they're not gonna know that I said anything wrong.
You're like, Kevin said it. Kevin was the one that said it. Listen to the Zoom or we can blame it on Kevin and nobody will know. Well, they probably will because they can hear the rest of us. Okay, and Rob, I'm not sure if you remember the Gorge, if you were able to hear, the Gorge Amphitheater Reader Board funding, we can take it out of 133 because it's already on the capital facilities plan. We may or may not need a budget extension at the end of the year, but. I think that's about all the
Could
radical
you
things we
mention
did.
my comments in that email? All right.
About from the commissioner's update?
Yeah.
What, about WASAC and that Board of Health training that I had talked with you guys about? Yes, yeah.
It's like a 3-day.
Yeah, can't really say I'll be there for 3 days, but I'd go a day.
And Cindy did say that you might want to reach out to Teresa about registering for that.
Oh, I think there was an email, just a minute. It's awful. I'll forward it to you.
I haven't heard back from Tom on that. Send me a record. On number 20, did Tom want to just hold that one for a week?
Wasn't sure because he said we might, so he'll probably,
Probably give us an update today.
That's
okay. Forwarding you
We're
the,
prepared for 3-day conference. 3-day.
Caitlin, do you keep a list of attendees who are online?
That was the conference recently.
I made notes like of who spoke yesterday, but for public comments, during the commissioners meeting, we don't ever, like, we don't share their names anymore. First of all, because we might get it wrong. Second of all, because we don't know if they want their name shared. So we'll probably end up removing their names. Obviously,
Well,
other than like commissioners.
I would think that if, just my opinion, that open public meeting, if they don't want their name shared, then
I got
don't
my
attend an open public meeting. But
background
okay.
check.
I was just curious
The-
for yesterday, so we could document who was
You get it- you get that
participated.
fine?
No, we don't
Yes,
like for
I
these
just got it
meetings, we
back.
don't ever note
Yeah, I
who's
just dropped mine
online
off last week.
watching.
I can just scan it in, I think, but.
The email,
No, it comes into, I thought it was Social Security, national reporting.
Yeah, they-
you have to call and ask for it or what?
No, did you sign up for it? You should have gotten yours, because mine was a little late, because I didn't sign. So you probably got yours
Yeah.
last week.
That's- you should get your email. That was out of
Maybe I was mine.
there. That was on there.
I have no prior arrest data at the FBI.
Somebody must have made a mistake.
I know. I don't think I've been arrested. Had a speeding ticket or two. A California stop or two, but no arrests.
Well, you're not gonna win this game then.
Why?
You know, the most arrests game.
Oh, I'd be like, where's Danny? The most innocent
And Danny
person.
would be the,
Yeah,
he'd
it's
probably
like-
win.
Be the poster child, right?
Street racing in Wenatchee. He was arrested.
Oh,
Yes,
fascinating.
when he was younger.
That's funny.
Like
Or
really
some
Danny.
buggy race.
Yeah. I can
That would
see
be a
it.
good one for the
Get to know you.
two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Throw that in there and see if people can.
We
I
should do
don't
that.
think they would
We should
vote.
do that for the elected official. Just throw something out there. Just one thing, like, and you have to guess who it is.
They would, I don't think it'd be possible.
Well, you can think of anything.
Entertaining.
Something not everybody knows about you. One thing.
I think that would be like, nobody would know anything about each other. Cause you like everyone judges each other based on like chatter versus like, no, like, I don't know. Those electeds don't know
opportunity.
me.
Yeah, but it's a good opportunity for everybody to get to know each other.
That ain't too bad idea.
Well, it was pretty innocent,
It's
like,
a bad idea.
somebody was a cherry picker, or not a cherry, a strawberry. So apparently in their younger days, they had to pick strawberries, so you're looking in the room trying to figure out who in this
Who's
group
small enough to pick strawberries?
is pick strawberries.
We're at,
Were you a
My
strawberry picker?
house, tons and tons of them,
I gotta admit, I went to
100 pounds a
pick
year,
cherries one time. Spent the night in the
Really?
orchard and got up the next morning. and
and
said,
more than that in
"Nah,
raspberries.
I'm not doing this.
It is hard.
That's a lot.
Well, and I just kind
I
of
would
will
eat
grab
more
one,
than
you
I
have to
picked.
understand. There's a little method.
It gets old pretty quick.
I didn't make it.
Like, one for
of those
me,
Great ideas.
one for
Yeah.
that. Two
One.
for me, one for
People
that.
that work at Hershey
Got a
Factory,
freezer just
you're allowed to
for,
eat as much chocolate as
berries.
you want,
Yeah,
and the
'cause
people
you
that
don't-
work there said that one,
Yeah, and
one day, they eat a bunch of chocolate and they're
it
sick
still
of
has last year's, so
anything.
she's giving them away like mad to try to put the fresh stuff in.
Sure.
I don't know, maybe we should do that because we have an elected official department head. Write down on a piece of, get to know everybody. Write down something about yourself that we don't know. You may not know.
Team building.
Any consent agenda items that need further
Sorry,
review?
I,
No, there weren't any for me.
no,
I
but,
think so.
oh, this is for our next meeting, Prossman.
And we can look at it. We are in work session also.
Mhm.
Do you want to just let us know?
Yeah, so during my meeting, a couple weeks ago, we talked about Prothman and the cost in doing so, which the board approved. The estimated cost that I gave you, which was $7,500, and that was inaccurate for a full recruitment through Prothman. So you can see on page 9, the full expense, it's broken down into categories. But it is going to cost to do it around 20,000 for a full.
We haven't done that yet.
We have not, because of the cost, we needed to bring it back to the board.
We've done it before, and I think it was for renew.
Yes, I mean, the county has
Okay.
done this before, but we've not moved forward with it because we wanted the board's approval, given the increased amount from what I had quoted.
Well, I don't
My
think we
bad.
have a choice after having a conversation with the city of Freda. They're wanting us to do something like yesterday.
Now,
So.
Which I don't disagree with.
Yeah.
Based on
Yeah.
errors made.
Well, and if it's a hardship for the city of Ephrata, there is I believe the other option of doing an RFP and getting somebody else contracted through this
I
process.
believe we were still open in our contract, aren't we? For the previous RFP?
No, according to legal, that contract, when we hired Dave, became
It
null.
superseded the old one.
Yeah. So we would have to go back out again, is what they're telling me.
So I would like to do that. I'm sure we all would, but how do we handle things that are like, we need, I emailed you guys yesterday on a project that they want basically an on-site opinion of whether or not what they're getting told in the office is right. They, don't think it is. How do we handle something like that though, when it's contracted? Because with a person, they
That
could
one
just
in
pop out.
particular, we would go out and take a look at it with Tyler likely. He's the one that's doing the review. And where they want to put the water line, we don't want it in the prism of our road. So he wants to finish the review before we issue the permit, so they don't dig up the road to put in a line and then, no, we finished the review, now it needs to go 10 feet over here or whatever the case. So that's the holdup on that situation. But if it was a West Shore, that type of thing, then they would travel to take care of it.
Commissioner is deep in thought over there, so
Well, I am.
Hopefully-
It's like, what do I say on YouTube,
hopefully you got your
Thought.
answer.
Yeah, it's like, you want my actual opinion? I mean,
Yeah, Kevin and I are just sitting in
Sometimes
this.
it's just better to be silent.
Sometimes,
Exactly.
right. Deep in thought.
no missed opportunity to,
Don't say that.
We say,
Appreciate
praise
I know
in
you're saying
public,
this, so don't say it.
criticize in private, or correct in private.
Yes.
all right. I'm okay with the Prothman cost because unless Public Works has the plan of contracting for eternity.
And I don't believe Crab is going to be too excited about that either. I think we have to try to be moving forward. If we have to use a contract until we can get somebody, what choice do we have? But if we're not actively trying to do everything we can, that's where I think we're gonna run into issues.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
100%.
We will get it going then.
All right, thank you. It is 9 a.m. and we will roll into our Public Works update.
Thank you.
Welcome. We'll ask Krista to get started on this.
Good morning.
Welcome,
Morning.
John and James.
Did you guys receive an email with our updates this morning?
We're kind of busy this morning.
Yeah, we were real busy. Not sure if we should put our running shoes on and run and take off, or.
So our updates for accomplishments for last week. Litter cleanup. Disposal wise, solid waste had 2,492 tons received. The litter crew, obviously, they've been out collecting tires. We did receive an email from the Mattawa area, so I think Jason's gonna be trying to get them headed that way. They're gonna take drive down and see how bad it really is, but get them back down that way.
I was gonna mention that, so
Yeah.
thank you.
In the road districts, they've been able to get out and do some grading, rock raking. Seal coat is continuing on. So they did 19.51 miles last week of seal coat. And we're thinking that they will be done maybe the first day or two of August with seal coat. With the Royal City area, they're doing 11 Southwest right now, and then they have Beverly Burke to finish it all up. And then we will be moving over to Potato Hill Road and get that 2 miles done. Also, the bridge crew is continuing to work on those pipes out on Stratford Road. They could be done at the end of this week with the replacement of compacted material in between the pipes. And then we're gonna bring it up to an elevation, and then we'll be placing hot mix. And then, of course, the guardrail will have to go back in after that. So there's still a few weeks left of work, but the actual digging out and recompaction hopefully will be done at the end of the week if we can quit having Traco problems.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and you're in the middle of digging and then it quits running. You're right in the middle of everything. And
No.
so we do have a rented one that we've been using, and then ours, we were using 2 hours and the rented one, and then ours quit again yesterday. So we're back to 1 again. So hopefully that'll be, at least that section of it will be done. And then we can, the survey guys are gonna go out and set hubs for us, and then we can put the hot mix down. And then when we seal coat, do the prime shot on the Stratford Road project, the reconstruction, we will go down all the way to the highway eventually with that extra oil. We always have extra oil at the end of projects, and we'll just take it on down and seal coat, because that is part of the seal coat area for this year. So it works out really well. Any questions on accomplishments?
I do want to say something about your crew that's been out the fairgrounds. Doing a great job,
Oh, good.
very good. I was very impressed.
Yeah,
Turned
it
out well.
looks like it turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Did they finish the slope?
I don't know if they finished sloping.
They were supposed to slope that racetrack down for the cars to come down, and they were working on that, but I'm not sure where they're at that part.
Yeah, I haven't been out there for a few days, so.
Yeah. Well, we had like I told you last week, we had a grader guy out there that's pretty finicky, and he wouldn't let it be anything but perfect pretty much, so.
Yeah, it's funny because I know him, so it was, when he jumped off that grader, I'm like, oh, I didn't know you worked for the county.
Yeah, almost 30 years, I think.
Yeah.
Next discussion is an update on West Shore. As of yesterday, all of the mailboxes are up, except for they're missing 4 that are gonna be fixed, put up once we get them. I'm not sure where 4 went, but that'll be the final ones. The concrete around them has all been placed, and the rock behind they're working on, back behind the extra concrete they had to pour. Then the contractor will be mobilizing out, and it'll probably be September before they're back to finish up. And we're looking at, and we got approval yesterday, I believe, Dave Brin and Tyler, they met with the DOT. And they've agreed that we can utilize HMA instead of concrete on some of these aprons that, you pour concrete, you gotta let it cure for 3 days, and this is the only entry into people's property, so that doesn't work well. And no other parking available. So the HMA is you can get a lot done and no real cure time, a couple hours for it to cool down. And so that continues anyway, but it's going to be a little bit before they come back. So, any questions?
I was out there Sunday. I thought the road looked great, and I think people are happy with it, other than maybe a few that aren't happy with their entries. But I think at the end of the day, it'll work itself out.
I think having the pavement down and the striping has eased a lot of it, and no more dust and gravel flying and construction equipment in the middle of the road.
Yeah, they like the road.
Yeah.
They don't like their entries.
Yeah.
When will we have the plan of what's gonna happen on entries that we
I
can actually disseminate out to people?
They have that now, and it's been approved by DOT, the letter. They're gonna start sending those out, and then starting, I believe, today, they will be going door to door with the inspector and Dave Brin, with these letters, the permits to enter their property to do the work. So we're gonna start that process now. And it'll happen today and Thursday and everyone after that. And then the property owners that live out of town, we're gonna get those in the mail, so hopefully we can get we don't have phone numbers to contact people, we just have addresses, so we'll get those out, hopefully they'll contact us, and then we have a way to have those discussions with them. So, but that is all beginning now. We have the permits and everything needed to move forward. Anything else?
Can we get a copy of the letter that goes out?
Yes. Yeah.
So we know what it says if someone reaches out and said, I never got a letter.
Yeah.
Just read the letter to them.
Yeah, I'll have Tyler forward that to you. The next discussion we've already had with Prothman. And then you guys requested more discussion on ER&R.
That had to do with the vehicles.
Yeah.
The 3 vehicles.
Because we had some discussion and we did let Michelle know about the van, if we should take it out of the pool and then just kind of monitor it ourselves. So I don't know if our office would do it or if Tom Gaines, if she would do it, it would fall under maintenance. But it would be more affordable because the $10,000 a month, we don't use it a lot.
It's $10,300 a year.
I mean, sorry, a year annually. Yeah, it starts adding up.
That includes maintenance and
Maintenance.
Replacement, right?
Yeah.
And a 5-year replacement or a 6?
I believe it's a 10-year.
Oh, a 10-year replacement?
And it includes everything. He's estimated the number of sets of tires you'll utilize, services, fuel. Even if there's a major expense, a transmission or something that's going to come out of, it's not an extra cost. I mean, that's just.
That's $10,000 alone.
Yeah, but it's part of, it covers the insurance and everything, so. We sell them, and the transmissions are happening probably more in the sheriff's vehicles and, public works vehicles at 150,000 miles. It's not likely to happen.
Right.
It can, but it's not as likely with these vehicles.
I don't know, getting the ballots can be a little dangerous. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're at a high rate of speed and stop
Yes.
and go.
Yeah.
They're-
Oh,
I think the ER&R discussion to me is more of just a review of how the cost breaks down and why it is so high.
And we can send that breakdown to you as well. I can have John Spee send that to you so you can see the breakdown and how that all works out. Because an example would be juvenile. They've got 9 vehicles that they get under 10,000. 8 of the 9 get under 10,000 miles a year. One of them in particular doesn't even collect enough money to pay for the insurance every year. And it's 20 some odd years old, 23, I think, at this point. We spend more time coming and getting it and charging the battery when they do need it than anything else.
Maybe they need one of those little portable battery chargers so they could just do it themselves.
We need to just get rid of vehicles
Yeah.
before 23 years,
Is it outdated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it just needs something.
So
Maybe,
they
yeah,
are
go through
they are
all
looking
that.
at getting new vehicles next year, and it's up to them whether they get 9 or not. But if you got 8 of the 9 aren't getting 10,000 miles a year, do you really need?
Well, so I wouldn't say it's up to them if they get an I or not. I think it's a review.
Yeah,
you know.
it's not up to us,
Yeah.
right? It's up to you
I
guys
think
and them.
reporting that, hey, they have 10 vehicles and they get 21,000 miles on 10 vehicles.
Yeah.
So
So those are discussions you guys can have with them, but we just give them the information, what it's going to cost, and then you guys can decide, whoever's going to decide whether they get what they want or not. But that does cover, like I say, and it's hard we have that new position that Shiloh's position, deputy clerk, I guess, but a big part of their job is ER&R. So they'll be reviewing every year whether we're too high, too low, the way fuel is going and taxes on fuel, that could affect it. And so they'll be doing that review every year, letting us know, and then we will all be doing a review as well. And then those costs may go down, they may go up, just depending on prices of everything.
do you have a car 11 years old, it's on ER&R or it's not on ER&R? Because replacement, it's already paid for. Should it just be an automatic, that car needs to be sold or replaced?
Or just removed from ER&R?
We need to replace them at that point. And there's a lot of them that are over that at this point, so I don't think we're gonna replace them all.
No.
That's too big of
We
a.
might just not replace some though.
But, yeah, that's, most of them are at 10 years. The sheriff's department has 4-year on their pursuit vehicles, but the norm for carpool is 10 years.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with carpool.
Yeah.
The sheriff's 4-year replacement is pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Some of them are more like not the patrol guys, but the other vehicles are 5 and 6 year type things.
Well, yeah, and I find a lot of those officers' cars are left running, so the engines have a lot of hours on them.
Absolutely.
So those, yeah, I can see where they'd be replaced
Yeah.
quicker.
And they're when they're used in pursuits and calls, they're foot to the floor. They've got to get there, so they're not just I'm gonna head out type of thing. So we get some heavy use.
We need all the vehicles to have the stop go. So they just sit there for 2 hours, you're not just idling. I don't know about anyone else, but man, it always annoys me. That's out of town, in town, out of state. When I walk past patrol cars, they're just running, and then I walk past them 2 hours later, still running.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you kidding me?
There was one that sat out here in the parking lot. It was not a police officer's car, but it was a state car. And it sat out there almost all day running.
Yeah.
Like, dude, did you just forget to turn your truck off? I mean.
Free gas.
Yeah.
Free gas, thanks Kevin, filled my tank, appreciate you.
But that's where some of the costs come, right? So
Yeah.
we estimate what they get per mile and what that cost will be at X amount of per gallon. And like I say, we may be over, we may be under. We'll review that every year and bring changes to you guys to approve or not and go from there. But we don't, ideally, right, we collect exactly what is owed to replace them, but there's no way to know what that's going to be. We have another 2020 and inflation goes crazy, but if we're moving along at about 3%, we can come pretty close.
Right.
And that's the idea is we'd rather collect just a little bit more and nothing having to come out of general fund to pay for them. They paid for themselves. And the nice thing is also, back to juvenile again, is if 4 of their vehicles have collected more than enough to replace them, doesn't mean that that money stays in the R&R. That money will go to the vehicles that haven't collected enough to help offset those costs. All
Well, it
right,
sounds
so-
like we just need to do an inventory on the vehicles that are not.
Yeah, we need to find out how many of those vehicles they're actually using, because if there's 3 or 4 of them that are just sitting there and they don't use, and
I can get you that list of vehicles and what departments have
Okay.
them, but some reason it seems like there's around 40-ish vehicles and some of them are public works as well, that are not meeting at least 10,000 miles a year. So, like I say,
You could
for
probably do a
us,
little more sharing of
Yeah, the
vehicles too.
carpool, that's what I was thinking. If anybody in any Freda, you could have a little pool where you come and check them.
Instead of,
and we kind of, when we went to Yakima County, that was something that they have, and we considered here. We just haven't figured out exactly how to do it. But they have, like, say, right out here in this parking lot, they have like 3 vehicles, maybe an SUV, a pickup, and a car, and then some kind of system in here where they go online and they rent it or they reserve it for 2 hours, and then they come to a box and they get the key and they go take that vehicle and use it, and then they would get charged accordingly. But we just haven't gotten to
And
that
I would
point.
I would
Sounds
like
like a big
something
savings
like
we
that,
need to do.
because say we had 10 of them, and all 10 are gone today, assessors, tax, whatever. Then that's at the point where like, okay, that day you'll pay mileage for Caitlin to go to Ellensburg for a training.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm imagining the mileage is probably less than the R&R cost, so.
Yeah, well, it's we based everything on 10 years, 100,000. So the 10,300 is it's either 10,300 a year is $1.03 a mile. And same with the pickups, it's 13,000 a year or $1.30 a mile.
okay, well, I think more to come on that,
Okay,
a review of what we can do to save.
okay. I'll have like I said, I'll have Tyler send you a copy of the letter, and I'll have John send you guys the breakdown and the list of vehicles that don't meet 10,000 a year.
And how is your new clerk, Victoria, doing?
Good, good so far. Learning the ropes and all that good stuff.
Yep.
And our new finance manager should be starting next Monday,
Who will that be?
Rachel Davis.
Okay.
So,
Where's she from?
she lives in Moses Lake. I don't know what her last job is. He would know.
Familiar. Oh, there you go.
He would
like-
know
I'm
all
like,
the
why do I know
information.
that name? Hey, James, there we go.
Yeah, she worked for, it's called Lutheran Community Service before, and then also the hospitals around here.
I know her name because of you, so.
Yeah.
Last meeting, sorry, I just was like, it's drawn.
I wasn't gonna say anything, so yeah, try to stay out of it.
Good choice.
You guys have any questions on our consent items?
no, I think everything's good.
Okay. That's all we have.
All right, any questions for them? I'd like to just chat with you for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll go into recess until 9:30 when we're back for facilities maintenance and TS update. Good morning, it's 9:31 and we are here for a facilities and TS update.
Well, good morning, commissioners.
Welcome,
Oh,
Tom,
that's
Joe, Kevin, Keith, how are you?
So I'll start a little bit and I'll pass it off probably to Kevin first. So regarding the Central Services Building, I will put a budget extension request in, but it's gonna be for the end of the year. I've been able to find enough funding elsewhere so that we'll probably have a budget surplus in the overall department budget to cover it. So I doubt we'll have to go out and find money. We should have enough left over in our budget at the end of the year. So But I will put that in next week and work with Mandy on that. And we should be good. The detour so far hasn't been too bad. I did speak with Ray Towery last night. He didn't receive any complaints. And I think now we're just gonna, let the public learn how to use the new route and worry about school when it starts. We are gonna have some expenses we didn't expect. So, we don't have that approved set of plans. They're at 98%. There's a lot of back and forth with the DOT yet, but they've given us a general permit because we can't wait. We have to start it. The highway was assumed to be 8 inches thick and it's 11 inches thick. So they're having to remove more than they thought. And the DOT just at the last minute said on the approaches to the RAB, we have to go 100 feet, 150 feet on the east and west side. We have to do a grind 2 inches down and replace that pavement coming into the roundabout, which was not in his bid. So there's going to be some expense, and they also added 2 light poles. They said the lumens were not enough. So we're going to see what that all comes up to, but hopefully it won't be too bad. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Kevin.
What was the first thing you were talking about? I missed it.
The CS building and the budget extension.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. All right, I just don't want to cover the same thing twice. So as always, quite a bit going on. Just last Friday, we got 2 more desks installed, one at YS here in Ephrata and the other one down at the VA office in Moses Lake. We got 2 more desks on order for Public Works and a new top for Willow's office. Since she moved back up here to Development Services, the top she had there went somewhere else, so we had to reorder that. Friday, we also were at Public Works at the administration building working on the BAS system down there with ATS. And so we got into that, found out work with the guy. He showed us how to navigate the system. It's kind of a cross between Metasys and web control, so it was pretty intuitive when we got into it. And so we just asked them how to set up a couple of different access levels so that lower level users can view only, and then we'd have admin access for like Abel and myself, so we could go in and change things if we needed to. And part of the reason was that for those changes is that what started the whole conversation and getting them down here is that we had an issue with the fan coil unit back by the big conference room in the break room. And come to find out that somebody had gone in there and disabled that unit. So there was a checkbox in there and they just clicked it off.
Instead of fixing it.
Yeah, so it's back online and working. Another one of the big hot topics is the Wheeler Road parking lot. So I had a conversation with the city of Moses Lake last week about the things that they were asking us to do out there. They wanted sidewalk, curb, gutter, landscaping along the road, landscaping in the parking lot. And so I called them up and was talking to them. Kind of said, I don't know why the county would want to do those things. Number one, if you do the roadside landscaping or the roadside landscaping, curb, gutter, and sidewalk, you've already got utilities that run through there. And so this morning I was down there looking at some other things and just walked the site a little bit out front. And they do have it locate lines that go right underneath where those would go. So where the sidewalk would go and the frontage landscaping. Also, you've got the power lines right above that area. So I brought that up to the attention of the assistant planner for Moses Lake, and then talked a little bit about, if we do the landscaping inside the parking lot, that we're going to reduce the overall number of parking spaces available for the public. And at times it's pretty tight for parking in there the way it is. So she requested that we submit a letter of things that we would like to have removed from that or have waivers for. And I don't know if you had a chance to review it.
I have not had a chance yet.
So once Tom gets a few minutes to look at that, we'll submit it to them and then let the negotiations begin, I guess. Feedback from the commissioners on that would be appreciated.
Will that go to city council to make a decision? Or will
Or
it go to the city manager?
I think it was going to go to the manager. She said she was going to take it to her supervisor with the things that we requested would have the waivers. So What we put in the letter is to have the curb and gutter and sidewalk removed and the landscaping items.
What about the EV chargers?
And EV chargers, yes. So they wanted 10% of the parking spots to be for EV chargers. And then we talked about that in the letter a little bit too, that we don't have the infrastructure in there for that right now. And obviously for irrigation, we'd have to do all that as well. We don't have any water plumbed for irrigation near the front of the building or in the parking lot.
Well, and we don't have the infrastructure for the EV chargers. We'd be putting in a new transformer, most likely.
Well, the people that go there are only there for an hour at the most anyway.
Well,
They're only there to charge their cars.
I guess if we have to put in EV charging stations and give power away, can we do fuel pumps too?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
you
I
have
didn't
to
say
give power
that.
away,
We don't
but
have to
you
give it
can
away.
charge.
We can charge for it.
Oh, okay.
But it's
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
crazy.
Don't
Take
give it
forever to
away.
get our money back.
Yeah,
No, I fully support the letter.
okay. So we are writing another RFQ for the Renew lobby remodel. We got the architect that we had submitted out of that, submitted his fees for what it would take to do the remodel, the painting, the remodels in the break rooms, and it came up to 3 times greater than what we had called out in the RFQ for the A&E, or Architectural and Engineering on-call roster. So we got to go back out and redo that, but we've got the scope and everything, and I would think we would have that out next week. So Jeff is at Renew, the site supervisor down there, is helping with that. So we'll get that back out there and get that going again. Didn't really anticipate the fees being that high. On that same note, we did have an engineering firm take a look at the landfill for the break room remodel down there. Their fees to move the stairway, make sure the mezzanine up there is good and get stamped drawings on how to modify all that. Their fees came in at $8,500, so that one did make the cut. District Court, they went and got a grant, submitted a grant for 5 additional doors to get onto access control. They would be in the old courthouse annex and Wheeler Road facility. So I need to go out and get more bids for those, and we'll see what that ends up costing. That's going to be 3 sites, so it's going to be fairly expensive. Started entering information for the new jail in our CMMS Limbo. So that's going to take quite a bit of time to enter all that data. So that'll be all the dorms and start entering the assets and all the rooms, all the associated data with that. So we'll be adding more fields into that since as we're going through this, we can get square footage on rooms, add that in there. We'll take, HVAC units or anything else pertinent to those rooms and get that information put in there so it's readily available for those users that are in it.
In Limble are the names of the rooms matching the interior signage package that you all went through?
They are matching the drawings. So I will have to get with Will and make sure that we line up with that.
Because they went through that whole interior signage package.
Because they were doing room numbers.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're calling those out. And I think, like for the administration area, I don't know if we'll do individual rooms up in that area. We'll just go emergency management, sheriff's admin, officer offices, and training, and there's been issues with deliveries from FedEx and UPS. They're getting a lot of new drivers and they're running around the courthouse saying they can't find things. We actually had one order get sent back because they said, we don't know where to go with it. You didn't give a suite number or this and that. And it really hasn't been a huge problem until recently. I mean, intermittently you would have that. But I'm kind of wondering if we don't go to one drop-off spot for them and then just all the departments go get their stuff. So if it went up to the mail room and then just everybody went and picked up their packages, if that one makes sense to help alleviate some of those issues with the new drivers. I know Amazon's going to be starting to have their own drivers too now with the distribution center. We're actually starting to see that out in our neighborhood. So
that UPS box next to development services, that drop box is going away at the end of the month. put a red tag on it, so they're letting people know.
But yeah, I just wonder if we shouldn't get to one point of delivery for these drivers.
Probably be a good idea.
And I don't know where
I don't know that the mailroom's the best spot for that.
I don't know, maybe when we do the move, we put the mailroom downstairs and but we're still steps up, back and forth. That's where we need it.
well, if maintenance moves down there.
The best spot is out back, so, but we just have to talk about that more and figure out how best to do that.
Okay.
It does seem
Well, it would,
like it'd be the easiest because we have the vans that are literally dropping off packages and sometimes they're individuals that they're trying to hunt down
it's a safety concern in the parking lots too, the way they park,
and
so.
seems like one drop should suffice.
So just wanted to bring that up. So we
Yeah,
had,
but we've talked about this previously, so it
Yeah.
is something that kind of keeps resurfacing.
I don't know the exact answer, but I guess we'll talk about it and see if we can figure
One-
something out.
One-stop drop would
Right.
probably work.
I think they would love it.
That'll make their life a lot easier.
Yeah, instead of running around. So we had a request for ADA access up at YS on their front door. Blair went up with me and looked at it, and we meet the requirements. He said there's no additional opener or anything needed for it, so we talked to them being the Swahale and Scott Olson, and let them know that, it wasn't required, so that work order got cleared. So that's about $6,000-7,000 at Blair House. Yep. Wheeler Road, we gotta put a bathroom back together there. There was
Is that gonna be a possibility?
It is, so we're gonna get it back together. I went and measured it this morning. It'll meet the ADA requirements so that we can put a handrail and everything and get it to be a public restroom with ADA access, so.
Good.
Thank you for doing that.
Yep, you're welcome. So we'll keep plugging away at that. Another thing that we got going on is that we're looking to purchase a 2015 Chevy truck from Public Works for the new sheriff's facility maintenance. It's a used one, obviously, and $8,000. So it's got a dent, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it runs good and it gets around and it'll do what we need it to do. So I think for $8,000, we can get that money out of the maintenance facilities and maintenance operating expenses. So unless there's an objection, we'll go ahead and work with John Spees to make that transaction. I think he's going to talk about it. They have Public Works has another meeting with you today.
We already had it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Did he come down and talk about that? He said he
John
might.
wasn't here.
Okay. Well, I'll let him know that we
Okay.
talked that, and then we can move forward. We found that the courthouse lawn was getting a little brown and not getting some water. So we found a bad connection in the irrigation controller in the garden shed over here. We got that working again, and we found a bad zone 3 had a bad valve, solenoid valve. So we got that replaced, and the grass should be perking up and getting green again. Staff is also working on Lexipol training. There's about 9 hours of content in the assigned lessons, so they're spending a lot of time on that. We're starting back on with the installation of the time clocks for Tyler. And other things we're working on, starting capital list for next year so we can start getting our budget together. Probably call for budgets about month and a half away. Then yesterday, Corey and I went up to Spokane. We went to Arc Electric to review with the corrections officers the touchscreens for the new jail. So everything went good right there. Joe was there and Ricky, and we moved through it. Corey and I got to sit down and talk with them about the PLC, how it all works, look at the software for that. And we didn't see any flags for it, so everything's looking good so far. And that's all I have for today.
Right on. I don't have much for TS. I'm looking forward to, I've spoken to the commissioners a little bit about what my thoughts were on the NACO conference, so I'd love for you to share yours.
Okay. Did you want to go?
I'll go for it.
Yeah. So, we have the most awesome CDW rep in the world. Barracuda sent us a quote for expanded services, under what we currently get. And they sent it for $30,000 less than what we were currently slotted to pay for the year. And then they were like, oh, wait, that was the wrong one. And our CDW went and said, no, you quoted them that, you forced me to send them that, you're sticking with that. So we're getting more stuff for less money this year. So Mr. Crimer is a stud. He's totally awesome.
Next year.
That was a huge win. So we added a dedicated run out of the rodeo grounds for the rodeo association so that they can do the Cowboy Channel thing if they so choose to do or can figure that out. It will not run through our stuff. It is from the fiber gateway for the PUD directly out to the announcer's booth. So we're out. They can find their own ISP, do whatever they need to for that. So it's totally on them now.
And they're aware of that, right?
Huh?
And they're aware of that.
Yeah, I've already communicated that to Bryce. He's aware that the line is in place. So it's terminated on both ends, and probably just need to have someone go out there and test to make sure that it works for them and kind of go from there. So apparently yesterday at some point, Chris was digging and found the fiber.
It wasn't Chris, it was Ellensburg
Oh,
fence.
Ellensburg
It
fence.
was over by the burger. I was there right when it happened.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're getting that fixed. The only thing that we saw that it took out was Blue Gate.
We automatically assume it's Chris.
No, Chris is the one who called. I'm just saying. When he calls, I just.
He's got a history.
And it wasn't even
By association.
We were kind of joking about that earlier in the day too, as a matter of fact. So we were just like, oh, we cursed him, so we felt bad. So, but it's getting. He's going to get a hold of PUD and get it fixed. So.
Yeah.
We purchased 3 new UPS units for upstairs. 2 of them are going in cabinets 3 and 4 in the server room. And the 3rd one is going in the DMARC room. We've already racked the one in the DMARC room and just waiting for maintenance to come up and get that one wired for us. And then we're gonna schedule another maintenance window for taking the data center down. It'll have to be on the weekends. Kevin's aware that we're gonna be setting that up, so we just need to get around to getting that set up and done. So as spoke about, Keith and Evan went with Tom to Philly for a NACO event, and they're going to fill you in on that. And then, as Kevin mentioned, Ricky and I went up for the system test in Spokane. I guess all of our work for that was already pre-done, so I had already given them all the subnets and everything, so they were able to program it to even have the test. So. And it all looked like it was working fine. There was a mild concern about how we were going to potentially work on a part of it, and then we came to a conclusion on that pretty quick. So Corey was like super worried about it, and me and Kevin were like, calm, it's good. So so yeah, there's that. And then this morning I renewed the Grant County law.gov domain for another year and updated all of our stuff. And
Cool.
I CC'd you on an email
To Soap Lake.
to Soap
I
Lake.
saw that.
So Ryan Cox, the former chief of police for Soap Lake, made me a manager of their domain, which was a good thing because it was due, and I renewed it for them. And all of the people listed on their site no longer are associated with the city of Soap Lake. So I sent a email to the current mayor going, you might want to fix that.
And say thanks.
And I was being a stand-up guy. I don't want anyone to think I'm doing anything inappropriate here. So, and obviously they need that because, I mean, their government would cease to function more so than it already doesn't. I think that's how you would say that.
At the fairgrounds yesterday, I met with Jim for a little while. He has some concerns about the cameras. Do you have an update on that? I know you were like rebuilding all of that and redoing the cameras out there.
So they're working on the NVRs right now, and we're getting Blue Iris set up to run in parallel with it. So it's just been back and forth and haven't had a chance to finish up on the Blue Iris side of things, but that will be done here probably at the end of the week. So,
Okay.
Yep.
I know. He was concerned.
Yeah, I know. He's likes to be concerned about all sorts of things. And we have taken care of him in spades, jumping backwards through orifices and whatnot. So I think we did good out there. So
We did good everywhere.
well, I mean, Thank you, I appreciate that. And now Keith and his updates.
Well, just really quick to touch on it, our biweekly ticket report and statuses. In the last 2 weeks, there's been 158 tickets opened, 87 of those have been closed. Our top ticket closer has been Seth, followed by Jeremy, followed by Alex, and then pretty equal distribution between the assessor's office, HR, and I believe James Davis, that's Public Works.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then also the clerk's office. I'm not gonna dwell on that too much because I do have the review from my trip to Philadelphia. I'm not gonna bore you with reading all of this. This is for, if you find a leisure moment, then you can go ahead and look at it. But I attended during the week of the NACO conference, I attended 17 sessions. I was busy, and we still found time to go see some of the sites in Philadelphia, which was awesome because those are some of the.
Except for you having to go through the metal.
Oh yeah. They do security checks when you go into the national parks in Philadelphia now, and because of my arm, I got the pat downs and.
He almost couldn't see the Liberty Bell.
It was crazy. But the big thing is the theme of this conference was AI in government. The big takeaway is that AI is coming and we need to be prepared for it. Regardless of our feelings about it, if we support it or if we don't support it, then it's still going to get used. The biggest thing that we were sitting in a session the very first day, and Tom probably talked about this already, but the biggest thing that I got from it, it was like just this brilliant aha moment when somebody said it, is someone asked about, well, how do you develop your AI policy? And they said basically an AI policy doesn't matter as long as you have a good data policy. Because that data policy is going to govern anything that an AI policy can do anyway. And that data policy is going to be how we categorize our data, if it's publicly accessible, if it's internal data, if it's CGIS or HIPAA data, stuff of that nature. That data policy should be the governing policy on how any of that information is shared. And so we got to work on getting that developed. I've already started going down that rabbit hole because that's what these are. They're rabbit holes. And they can be consuming, but I did have a chance because being a veteran myself, I sat in on the Veterans Advisory Board in there and became a member on that as well, just because it's something that's near and dear to me. So I'm excited about that. Don't know how much time we have, but I don't know how deep you want me to go into this or not, but just the big thing is the big takeaway, we've got a lot of room to grow, a lot of freedom really on how we're going to develop our policies. And how we move forward with this. But in moving forward with this, there definitely needs to be planning. There definitely needs to be testing. There's different levels of these AI products that we can get to where our data is secured. It's not used for building the publicly accessible AI models, the language models. And what that does is it makes sure that if somebody does accidentally upload content that they shouldn't be uploading to it, it's not going to be available accidentally, with some generated content somewhere else. And that's one of the things that we need to look at is cost on those. Those are going to be the enterprise level.
Well, and a couple of things that I know we talked about was, I think Evan was going to get pricing on ChatGPT Enterprise, and we were going to look at that and put in a request so that we could start. I mean, So you think of AI as a tool that accesses our data and manipulates it. That's why your data policy has to come first so that you can control what that tool does. But if you don't really have a depth of understanding, then it's kind of hard to build that data policy. So one of the best ways to do that is to go ahead and get like the ChatGPT Enterprise, which allows the entire department to use it.
Yep.
Some
of the organizations that were there, some of the counties, they set up pilot programs where they had pretty much everybody in the county using it. They did very in-depth where they did surveys all through the whole pilot program, and they gauged how things were. A lot of people were afraid that AI was going to replace, cause job loss and everything like that. But in reality, what it did is it saved hours of having to manually review a document and say, oh, that's what this is about. And it freed up those employees to be able to focus on more important things than just doing the menial review of a document. And so no jobs were lost. And in one particular case, one of the people who feared most that they were going to lose their job, they were actually, their job of reviewing the documents did become obsolete, but they were able to make a lateral move to another area, and then they ended up doing so well in that other area that they got promoted to a management position. And so, it actually created opportunities. So
I'll say too, for AI, for our use in our department, I use it daily for technical questions about, can a thing do this? Can a thing do that? How would you do this that way, kind of thing? And it speeds up the implementation of a lot of the things that we do simply because it cuts through all the stuff, or it consolidates all that information. Copilot through our Microsoft account stuff is now functional for AI for government. They opened that up about 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
And there's restrictions on it. They held it back on the government tenants for a really long time. And I asked it a question and it spit back and answers like, I can't tell you that. I'm like, are there restrictions on where you can go and what you can do? It's like, oh yeah, I can't go out to the internet and look for crazy stuff. It's very much centered on our internal pool of stuff. So I think the big thing, like what Keith was talking about, is data management. So if you think about it, the courts already have that in place. So like Kim, she has different classifications for the data for court records and stuff like that. There's our CWs that already exist for a lot of data management stuff through, that we're supposed to adhere to and already do. And so I think people just keep those things in mind when they're using AI. And I don't think we're going to be in a world of hurt. So
yeah, I think it depends on the tool, how they're utilizing it. One of the things that we discovered at NACO was the breadth of softwares available and what they did. The PDF scrubber is something we should look at.
Yes.
I'm going to be setting up a demo with Magic Notes and Dell.
Sweet.
He's already using something similar, but as I was explaining Magic Notes, he was like, wait a minute, that clicks some boxes that we don't currently click, which made me think, then why are you using that? So yeah, there's definitely some programs out there that you do have to look at retention and you have to figure out how to classify HIPAA, CGIS, all those things, and make sure that people don't accidentally. It's so easy, so there's some.
We're at the 10 o'clock mark, but actually 10:01, but really quick. How's the mailroom employee work in NTS? Have you been
good.
utilizing
He was doing we're cleaning out the demarc room at the end of the hall, and he was helping process a bunch of batteries out of the old UPSs and stuff. So it's time consuming work that I was watching just crank through it. So yeah, it's doing great.
Super. That's what you know.
Anything for facilities?
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellen. And thanks for the
Finding a
support.
bathroom in district court.
Thanks for going. Did you gain a lot?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Thanks again for the opportunity to go because it was great.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the.
Get a sandwich?
I did. I sampled many Philly cheesesteaks out there, and there were some incredibly good ones, and there were some subpar ones. It was surprising how bad some of them were.
Bowling alley French dip, not Philly cheesesteak. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, last week I sent out an all Grant County email concerning a potential virus thing that we had. So Tyler saw something on some computers, told us about it. We shut them down. We dug into it. It was basically, it installed a browser on the computer, like Chrome or Edge or whatever, that would take over like your homepage and stuff like that. So it wasn't like super scary stuff, but it was enough that they flagged. And I guess just to the point of good investment with Tyler, they are watching our stuff. They are helping us keep track of it and notifying us when they see things. So it's definitely working as intended.
And one last thing, I know we're over, but one last thing, another veteran at Capinaco, right? The tech exchange is something that we're all members of. And some of the research that Keith was talking about, these larger counties that have done some exhaustive research, have put together best practices and pitfalls, and they've made those papers available to all the people who are part of the tech exchange. So we have access to that, which is really cool.
Yeah, makes it worth it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's warm in there though.
We will go into recess until HR arrives.
They're right outside the door.
How did they get out there?
Here for 2 minutes.
Oh, I couldn't see them, so I just let it keep rolling.
You guys are late. You guys are late.
I can't see them still. I hear her.
They're here.
There she is.
Apologize for our tardiness, but our peers were.
We have, yeah, so you've been here.
I didn't
outside.
see you.
We saw you out there waiting.
They could both see you, but you were blocked by this wall pillar.
Oh, we
It is
forgot to talk.
10:03 a.m. and we are here for a human resources update. We will open for a forum for public comment.
Thank you.
5-minute time limit related to human resources topics only. We have 2 call-in users, Cammie and Carrie Stockton, I believe.
Tammy and Carrie, I have given you the ability to unmute if you have any public comment.
Neither are unmuting. Okay, I would say we can roll forward.
Okay, thank you. What I just passed out for our online viewers is just the agenda that is printed online. Okay, first one, labor relations. I don't have any topics today. Item number 3 is job application and evaluation, and that I'm going to ask for an executive session on that. And I would guess 15 minutes.
We're going to go into executive session for job applicant / evaluation RCW 42.30.1101G for 15 minutes, going in at 10:05 a.m., returning at 10:20 a.m.
Unless you guys think.
Let's go
longer.
10 minutes.
We will extend executive session for 10 additional minutes, returning at 10:30 a.m. It is 10:30 and we can extend again.
I think we need to.
10 more minutes, returning at 10:40 a.m. We are going to extend executive session for 5 more minutes, returning at
It's like, I need my dad.
It is 10:45 a.m. and we are now out of executive session for just a few minutes.
For just a couple minutes and then we'll be back in.
And then you're welcome to always use the stairs.
Okay, well, while we're waiting for Cindy, we'll go down to number 9, policy. Have you had an opportunity, Kevin, he's like, I know what you're gonna ask.
I got a snack.
You had an opportunity to review the
Nice
200
to see you like
series.
this. That's how I felt about that, both all of it last year. Sorry, go on.
2 policies, the 200 series policies, have you had an opportunity to review them
I did 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
3
ago?
I don't remember. But I made a folder
Okay,
that I planned to take on the road with me for my nightly reading.
Yeah, while you're driving down the road, flying in an airplane.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I'm not in the driver's seat, I'm sleeping.
yeah, just gotta sleep while you can.
I'm good for another 40 minutes.
You're good for the next executive session.
Yeah.
So 14 minutes.
So Cindy, we were talking about policy 200 series. Have you been able to review them?
Yep, my only question was putting the manual, there were a couple of lines blank. Emergency management, having emergency management, I think and also our office, probably wouldn't be bad if our office had a copy of the plan. But I want to say there were two, who to report to or probably emergency management would be the.
And that was changed.
I believe so. And then when we talked about it yesterday, Cindy, we talked about leaving the as assigned or as designated.
No.
And then whoever's designated go into the procedure manual so that people have those steps.
Yeah.
So, they'll see it a lot. You guys will see it a lot, like Board of County Commissioners or designee. Which is okay because the board will have to sort that out in the procedure.
Yes.
And I'm going to look to make sure this was left.
Okay, so everybody's reviewed it, no major changes other than.
But it looks good, I mean.
My request is to allow me to move forward with notification to the union on this series. So if they choose to request to bargain impacts, we can do so.
Yes.
Yes.
So back up to, number 4, personnel disciplinary matters. I need an executive session for that one.
How long? Yeah, 11 minutes left. 5? We will go into executive session beginning at 10:49, coming out at 10:54 a.m. for personnel disciplinary matters RCW 42.30.1101F. It is 10:54 a.m. and we are out of executive session.
Thank you,
This will be
Caitlin.
the last one.
Don't make promises you might not be able to keep, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Last one for 10:54.
I think I've covered, again, number 5, last week I gave you my quarterly review. I don't know if we need to review it together or if you had questions about it. I was gonna hold it till this week, but we're almost out of time, so.
I just will be very transparent here. I did run down to HR and visit with them. We can visit with Kevin. Now that we have an appointee that could possibly take over the office sooner than later, we'll ask Kevin if his retirement date still wants to be August.
Do we know when Brandon will be able to start?
We will be working on that.
I don't think.
Do you know,
Because he
plan
has
to
to
reach
be here
out to
30
him after
days.
our meeting? He has to be in county for 30 days?
I believe so.
Okay.
So
For
we
the
might
appointment?
might want to check and make sure.
Okay.
That's just what I heard, so.
And I actually tried to find Kevin because I need a signature and he's out of the office. So I don't know that
This
he's
week.
coming to your meeting.
Okay. He was last week.
We will put all the pieces of the puzzle together and
Okay.
hopefully by the end of the day, we will have some clarity.
While we're on that, Barb and I are working on the notice about the appointment. And we had found the one that you guys used for Decorah and it had quite a bit of information in there.
Perfect.
So we were wondering if we could work with you guys perhaps for a little bit more information about Mr. Guernsey.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to double check with the commissioners are you wanting that to be a press release or just like a?
I think we need to send it out to our, at least to the elected officials and department heads. I thought we did, I'm sure our office knows, but I think just a quick
I just
announcement
sent
of
out an
that.
announcement countywide probably.
Yeah, it should happen sooner than later.
Just a basic email, congratulations, Mr. Guernsey, and
I
then
think we need to do that right away.
Okay.
I believe a press release to the Herald would be appropriate as well.
Okay, so then Barb and I can work with HR for the press release, and then either Barb or myself here very shortly will get an email out. Do you want it, just elected officials and department heads, or do you want it
I'm
all
going
Grant
to do
County?
all of Grant County because it's a
It affects everybody.
Okay, so
an elected position.
one of us, Barb, if you're listening, I'll send you a message. We'll get a quick little email out then.
Perfect. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. That's what I have.
Any other things for HR?
I'll just do kind of a brief shout out. Tom met with us yesterday, a brief shout out for Caitlin. Working well with the TS department. He just appreciated Caitlin's, TS Caitlin. Just anyway, I think it was a nice shout out for all that Caitlin does.
Wonderful.
Shout out Caitlin for making my outlook white.
TS
The simple
Caitlin. We
things.
better be careful. She'll be recruited up there.
I don't think I'm quite tech savvy enough to keep up with that. I'm good for the basics.
She's not going anywhere.
Caitlin has jumped in and had to learn a lot of new
Caitlin's not
systems
afraid to jump in.
She has.
and she will figure it out. So we
Right,
appreciate
wrong,
Caitlin.
good, bad, indifferent.
On a happy note. And it sounds like our leadership training is going well. The NACO leadership training that others have been attending, we heard another positive feedback from them that have worked with the individual that went through training, that they've noticed some positivity.
Yes, I agree. And really, I do think that that training has helped the board. I know, Kevin, you're going to be going through it, but I think that has a piece of it in the board melding and being a team. So I think it was a great training. Every morning, I bring my own weather, and that just sticks in my mind. Bring your own weather. Not really the weather I want to bring if it's cloudy and rainy.
I don't know, today was I'm loving
I was
this.
hoping it was gonna be 100 today.
Why?
Because I'm home and there's a pool calling my
There's a
name.
pool, call your name.
Well,
You're not
crank up
home.
the heater. Crank up
I'm
the heater.
home. I'm in Grant County.
So
I think,
Or turn off the heater.
it's still turn up the heater.
Well, it's gonna be chilly. Those are the best days when it's kind of
Bought a new room for cleaning our pool because the farmer always putting dust in our pool.
I think they need to mitigate their dust.
We can probably,
right, mitigate that dust.
You guys find any animals in your pool?
Not yet.
Ants.
I had a friend who had a pool, her family had a pool, and they would always find possums.
Oh,
Possums.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we don't have that
it's
problem.
farm pool.
They lived in Tacoma.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have
those
that
are just
problem.
big
University
rats.
place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
ooh,
It's gross.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. We digress.
Yes.
okay, we're still on.
Yes.
Still on, we have a Washington County Risk Group insurance update. I can't see in the hallway.
There's nobody out there.
We don't have anybody online, so we will go into recess at ease until they attend.
Okay.
It is 11:03 and we are here for Washington County Risk Group Insurance Update Discussion with Blair Koch and Shane Heston.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having us again. I'd like to kind of get started just by giving you an update with our excess quote. We're still working through the excess quote. It's as noted, it's a monumental task to find coverages for law enforcement and government entities here in the state. And we filled out numerous apps. We're still working on that. So stay tuned for hopefully some a quote here in the very near future. The other update I want to give you is for the fairgrounds. Jim McKernan has asked for a year now, see if we can set up a special event link for like the vendors and stuff. Oftentimes they have to go out and, get event insurance for a vendor, and we were able to set up a customized link for Grant County. So you click on it, it actually has the fairgrounds information, gives all the insurance limits and requirements. So that link was established and set up last week, and it's working. So that's a big task. That was completed, and I think it makes Jim's life a little easier knowing all the insurance information is correct and updated the way it should be. So going over the claims, just looking at the past trends, August, July, June, August are generally our slower months. Knock on wood, we've had very little claims. The first report I want to go over is the policy year that we're monitoring closely. It's that policy year 20 and 21. That's the one that's approaching the near policy limits. We're still at 10,103,494. There hasn't been really any big developments with this particular policy year yet. We're still monitoring those 3 claims. It would be the Ramos claim, the Ross claim, and then the Gray claim. So we're still watching that, but there's really nothing to add on that. I haven't had any updates from litigation if there's going to be any big changes. I know there was something going on with Gray, but I didn't.
Gray's been settled.
Gray was settled.
1.1 or 1.3?
It was
180.
1 point, I got it written down upstairs. We had some liability, it was 2.2 total, but we only had a percentage of it, which was pretty good for us.
So that one's going to be closed out. That's on the first page,
Yeah.
page there. So the Gray claims, that one's closed out.
Mm-hmm.
Noted that we are putting more data on the claims reports, so that's going to help with the claims tracking and then the trending, getting the locations and the time, date, place, weather, to help us create a more of a analytical tool to prevent claims and analyze maybe when our frequencies are higher liability or higher chance of having a claim. I'm going to go over the current policy year now.
Thank you.
So this is our current policy year right now. We're not tracking too many claims on this one. We've got a few litigation claims. We do have some open claims that are kind of just sitting there. Probably is going to have some activity on that, but there really hasn't been a lot of claims to really report. In fact, I think in the last month we haven't really reported anything. We reported one yesterday.
Yesterday, we've only done a couple. It's been down, which is a good thing for us.
Yeah. So the claims are looking pretty good. We've had a few incidents that we've reported that we've handled internally. Blair's new system is actually working pretty good to kind of help identify that to where, we don't go to insurance for absolutely every single claim anymore. Really no third-party claims really to deal with here. So year to date, total of 18 claims, which more than halfway through the year that's less than our average for this time of year. So we're trending really good from the claims standpoint.
Mm-hmm. With total claims, including the L&I claims and near misses, I think we're at 107 total claims for the not calendar year, but for the policy year for what WCRG does. So for us, so far it's really good. It's looking good. The more near misses, the more it'll help us.
Thank you.
This last report is the tally of all open claims that's currently on the books right now. You can see we've got 34 open claims that we're monitoring. 10 of them are for the policy year 24-25, which a lot of those are just going to go away with nothing. But we do have fair number on the first page. You'll see the L column in the status where it's litigated. You know, those can take years to settle. A lot of arguments going back and forth and lawyers and stuff. But it's not a whole lot to report there other than the fact that, you know, we do have, you know, going back to policy year 2017, we are monitoring approximately 34 claims for you. And again, the gray claim was closed out, so that one will go off there. So we have 33. I don't have any particular concerns about these type of, or the claims that are on there, other than the ones we mentioned for that one policy year. Again, the HR claims and the law enforcement claims, those can take a while to develop. Tomorrow we have a meeting with WRCG. It's our updated meeting. It's going to give us some indication of what we would expect on you know, insurance renewal. We're kind of right on the heels of pre-renewal. So going through that, I'll have more to report. And Cindy, I think you'll probably be in on that call. So that's really all I have. Any questions?
I'm going to say that's a no.
Okay, that's a no. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Nothing further. We'll go into recess until 10:30 a.m. 11:30 a.m. Good morning, it's 11:31 and we are here for a Hub International Benefits update. You guys want to just run around the table, introduce yourself quickly?
Sure, I'm Kathy Rayom. I'll just start right there. Senior Vice President with Hub International, have been with Hub 26, 27 years this month. Long enough to know better. Manage your health plan, have been managing it since we unbundled you, and that's all I focus on in my entire career is managing large self-funded health plans. So that's me.
Awesome, thank you.
Jamie Carlock, Account Executive with Hub International. Been in the industry 17 years. Joined Hub about 5 years ago with an acquisition from my prior insurance agency. So, yeah.
Dan Fisher, I'm not sure what my title is. Been doing
Big
this.
deal.
Yeah, big
Works
deal.
for me.
Yeah.
Us. Us.
I work out of the Spokane office. I'm a shareholder of Hub. You need scientific notation to figure out my percentage of ownership.
Hey, mine's a 1/10 of yours, so.
Self-funding health plans. Been with the county hired us in 2017, and we self-funded you in your current plan in 2018. And we report to the HWC, currently led by Ulysses. And I live in Yakima, 32 years, I believe. And I'm a CPA by trade, past president of the State CPA Society, and on council of the AICPA.
Cool.
What we have, do you want me? Or?
Ulysses, would you like to introduce yourself?
Ulysses Infante. I'm the chair for the Health and Wellness Committee, that's HWC. So we meet monthly, pretty much, to go over these financials. But yeah, we'll let Dan and Kathy take it away into.
Cool, thank you guys.
Sorry.
Again, Dan Fisher, I am the lead consultant on your plan, but basically I'm here showing the work of Kathy and Jamie, trying to take as much credit as I can for it. I know that you've got a lot of your agendas. Healthcare is a major issue for most employers. So before getting into any detail whatsoever, and I'll start with the financials behind the first tab. I think the global view is that your plan has performed not just well or very well, but exceptional since 2018. You've had one outlier year in that period of time. Your reserves have grown 1.1 million just in the last 18 months. Your prescriptions are under control. The carve out that we did a few years ago knocked another 1.1 off. We've got all the reports in detail for that. My job is the analytics and forming that into strategy that we then present in our monthly meetings to the HWC, which then makes their recommendations to you as the fiduciaries of the health plan. The performance of the plan, when we took over in 2018, you were with Premera, and your total spend at that time was somewhere in the 11.1, 11.2, and you were facing a large renewal that was going to push you over 12 million. In 2018, you self-funded and you finished that year at 9.1. So it did exactly what it was designed to do. We knew that was going to happen because we've seen and done this before, but you didn't. So you took the leap of faith and it paid off. Since then, we've had a lot of interaction. How we report to the HWC did change in the pandemic, where we were doing live meetings, taking advantage of our locations here and went virtual. And we've been in discussions with Decorah about changing the format for that. But for the most part, the structure of how we support the plan has remained the same over that during the time. This first page here is what we call the financial summary. It's got the colored pie chart at the bottom, and that is the year-to-date figures in the dollar amount and in the percentage of the whole, and I want to go through those. But first, up above is the monthly components of the performance of your health plan. If you look at just one number, and the only thing that you remember from this entire presentation as far as the financial performance of your plan, it would be in that top box on the far right where it shows that you were 2% above last year's expenditures. That 1,600 or 1,579.40 is a composite aggregate, meaning total cost of the plan divided by the number of employees that participate. And we use that because it is a direct apples to apples comparison for previous years, which is on a page a little bit further back, but we can compare year over year accurately. And then use that against benchmarks so that we can see how you compare with other, not only counties and public entities in the state, but other sectors in the Western US. And we pay attention to those things, but very rarely are we bringing those deep benchmark material into the HWC meetings. And primarily because of the performance of the plan hasn't really pressured us to do that. Up above, you have your total accrual on the right. This is not a health insurance plan, it is a health benefits plan. The difference being that you are self-funded, so those total accrual rates would be considered premium equivalent, so that's what we use for your budget recommendation, and that you also use for COBRA, for example. Stop loss is the only insurance on the plan. Stop loss covers the county, not the participants. If there's a claim that's very large, above a $250,000 deductible, that's in the very fine print in the upper left, with a stop loss carrier, Sun Life, they're one of the largest in the country, so we're not even chasing stop loss savings in the secondary market because your plan has been performing very well. Stop loss premiums are paid. Admin is primarily HMA and HUB. We're fee-based, so we don't get paid more when your claims go up. It's all wrapped into the admin, and the pie chart down below shows the primary reason why you're self-funded. Your total admin fees, that's the claims administration and the brokerage, is currently 3% of your total spend. So when we benchmark that to other public entities, that's running about 8 to 10 for groups your size. So you're less than half. When you were with Premera, it was 11%. And we thought that was pretty good for Premera.
Yeah, because usually they're at 18.
They can be as high as 18, and we have seen that as well. Next is the dental administration and the claims. There's no insurance on your dental. It's a capitated scheduled benefit. There's no reason to insure it. It's predictable. Same with vision, and those percentages are quite small in the total spend as they should be. The big items are prescription, and the next column is medical. That's where your money should be spent, and that's where it is spent. if you look at the bottom of the prescription column, you'll see that you're down 11%. Nobody is down 11%. So how are you doing it? Two reasons. One, you have been moved to a prescription contract that works. So not only do 100% of the rebates get returned to Grant County, and you'll see those in the red numbers under prescription rebates in the yellow section. Year to date, that's 443,000. So for example, when you were with Primera and they would offer a 15% rate increase, and then the broker would say, well, we're going to negotiate that down. And Primera comes back and say, okay, we were just kidding. It's now 8% or 7%. They're taking out primarily those rebates because they would keep the rebates under the old contract. Now, under unbundling, you get 100% of those rebates. We can't oversell the difference that that has made in the control of your prescriptions. If you look at the percentage of your prescriptions at 16%, year to date, that's in the pie chart, minus the prescription rebates, your prescription is about 10% of your total spend. We can't find that anywhere. I think we have some ag groups, very large ones that are in the 12 to 14% range. So that's how well this prescription contract has been working for you. We're very pleased with that. It's also kept the formulary open. It's also allowed us not to be pressing the HWC to address GLP-1. We're allowed to let that play out, and new competition is going to come in and change that market anyway, so we're not overreacting to things because of the performance of your plan, and you should be proud of sponsoring the plan for making those decisions to allow that to happen. The stop loss reimbursements, that's any claim that is over $250,000 in the plan year gets reimbursed to the county. So your prescription at 10%, your vision at 2%, dental at 5%, admin at 3%, stop loss at 5%. If anyone asks why you go through the trouble of offering a self-funded plan that has all these other moving parts and requires CPAs and people with 30 years experience helping you manage the plan, is because the cost difference, the ability to pull the levers to control the cost and still allow for the benefits that you do offer, which have improved over the years, not been cut back, and add to your reserve over that same period of time, meaning we're not burning your reserve to get these results, is truly extraordinary. And we're very proud to be standing alongside the HWC and the commissioners and be able to deliver results like this. We've done 2 just this month, one with other counties where it's not quite as much fun. So we're very happy to be able to present the results.
Dan, I will just, I don't believe our 2 commissioners were here when we did have to dump 2.5, 1.8 million, I can't remember, but it was significant into the plan because we did a little internal audit and found that we have had some leaks or money, because we were so healthy, we didn't really need to do the audit, and then we kind of crunch some numbers and find out that we needed to do a massive transfer. So, but other than that, it's been, I think we've been keeping a closer eye on it, and
it's performing very well. It's been very, we really love working with you and on this plan because we're seeing the results, and the HWC is so active. When we present, opportunity, they listen, they ask great questions and have the faith, and we're seeing it. It's like, this has been really fun to see. So thank you.
Yeah, not all counties can exercise that level of control for whatever reasons. Every county is different. The smaller ones tend to bundle in the Washington County's insurance fund where the decisions are kind of made for you, and it makes sense for them. And you had the Primera plan, and there was nothing wrong with the plan design, but the contract was just eating you alive. And now you have control over it. So if there are things that come up in the marketplace, we bore the HWC with them. We have not been in front of the commissioners on a regular basis, primarily because of the interaction with the HWC, but we're here, we are available, and we are accountable to what's going on with the plan and to you. Everything else behind this is detail. claim detail, we have a persona analysis, we track things at the level of who is being covered. That's another tab. I don't want to just run through this in the half an hour that we have.
left.
You know, trying to impress upon you that the analytics really is a strength of ours. What I would like to do is just stop right there and answer questions and make sure that we're aligned with you, because that is our responsibility.
Well, my favorite part was really scrolling through the book and finding out how much we spent on prescriptions, and we have some, I don't want to call high dollar, I don't know how to say it.
Oh, they are. It's
correctly,
okay.
but, you know,
Yeah,
we have
they are.
some- And the HWC, they've been previously kind enough to share with us, like, you know, if you have a, you know, try to go to your doctor maybe online, there's an app online, you probably need to do another review. We had a lot of emergency room visits for things that really could have been handled, kind of like a web MD. Yeah, and.
Yeah, getting that out.
And I think we need to roll that out again.
And let's do that, you know, let's maybe potentially this year do a benefit fair, get back in front of your employees, so that we're approachable, they can come visit us and we can educate them. Yeah, telemedicine is just such a great benefit, incredibly underutilized, which is unfortunate. Coming January 1st though, MD Live, which you already have, is expanding. So right now it's urgent care, behavioral health, and dermatology, which is already what you have. But now primary care physician ability is coming on. That is gonna drive it because you can't get to your primary care physician now, set one up in MD Live. So from January 1st, we're going to see some of those plan changes. We keep on top of all of this. I mean, we're already in front of it 6 months in advance. So yes, I agree. I want to be in front of your people. I want to educate them more because the more they learn about your health plan, what they do to the health plan directly affects the cost of the health plan. And if we can educate them, it's a win-win. And if they know that we're on their side, that's what we want to do.
What type of percentage are we at for utilizing like MD Live versus going in physically?
Well, MD Live, and I don't have the reports on me today. We do go over them on a monthly basis, but the visits have been going up on mental health, if I recall. Mental health has, and that's a new benefit that we launched, what, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, which is great, but they're still low compared to primary care office visits because you have to change your physician. But keep in mind, MD Live is mostly for urgent care, so you've got a weird rash. So the visits are on the low end, you know, obviously ticked up when we had during COVID, but I think it's just education and people getting more and more comfortable with it, and then expanding the services for being primary care and not just urgent care.
Yeah, I've loved it. I've used it twice.
Thank you.
Once a sinus infection, which was easy, then I got the prescription. It's like I went to town to get it. I didn't have to. And then I had a rash on my nose, and I think Barb told me, just they got dermatology on the thing. So, yeah, I did it, and I just like sent a picture. I had the cream. The next day, it was like gone. I fought it for like 5 months.
So that benefit, that dermatology benefit that you just had was a decision of the HWC. You added that, a year and a half ago. That was a brand new benefit. So it's great. It's just a matter of people learning a new way. You know, it's just a change.
The legislation, and I'm not here to talk political implications at all, but a big beautiful bill permanently extended access to telemedicine. So originally it was pandemic related, and now it is permanent. And that's not so much an issue in the state of Washington, which was an early adopter of telemedicine through regulation allowing it. But in places like Idaho, where it's more restrictive, those are all off now. So telemedicine is not only here to stay, it's going to expand. Rob, to answer your question, I don't know year to date, but at the end of 2024, the number of televisits versus live visits was under 4% of the total.
Okay.
It's very,
so there is a lot of room
There's
to
a
still
huge
possibly
amount.
save.
Yes.
And it's financially incentivized for the member. The only challenge on MD Live is people remembering to use it, right, when they need it, and registering. because you have to register as a new office visit up front. But if we do a benefit fair, we can bring some laptops and help people register. I mean, that's just one thing, so.
Okay, and
And they don't pay
employee,
a
the
copay.
EAP, am I saying that right?
The EAP, Employee Assistance Program?
Yeah, I know we have it, our employees know we have it, but I don't think, we were just talking about one of our departments, maybe reaching out for behavioral health, for some help, and they did comment, it's like, I know we have this program. I just don't know if we know how to really utilize it, how to get.
Well, I mean, we talk about the benefits at the HWC, it's just getting it down to the employee level.
So this would
and
probably
if-
be a perfect
Yeah,
opportunity
and so if we can do a benefit fair, yes, the EAP is such a great benefit. I mean, members can get their will done through their EAP. They can have, I mean, if they don't cover their family members, but their family members need help, gosh, hook them up in the EAP, it's free. Even if they're covered under an HSA plan and not covered under this plan, who cares? So I would like more direct access to your members so I can help educate them, because that's the one thing I really love about my job. But yeah, EAP is so underutilized, and whatever we can do to help. I mean, we can push paper out, you can send mailers, but people just still don't pay attention, so.
I always say with the EAP, if you don't know what to do next, give them a call and see if they can help. Like, I've heard they even have done party planning before. I've heard some interesting stories about EAP programs, so.
Party planning?
I know, that's a new one.
It was only a couple months ago that I heard that one. So I always say, if you don't know what to do next, give them a call and see if they can help.
I mean, they can even find a place, a nursing home for your parents. I mean, they can make the calls for you and find some place for
I think
us,
there's
so.
so many things that we don't even know they
That's
can
it,
do
like, yeah,
that.
Party then. Like,
Yeah.
Is that a Moses Lake thing here? A little bit? We're gonna use it to plan our parties?
I don't know where, I can't remember where I heard that from, but I was like, I was surprised.
Yeah, maybe it is a retirement or something. Okay, so re-educate the EAP,
Okay.
absolutely, let's.
I think just,
And MD Live and the ability of accessing that benefit, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
so we just need to plan a health fair, huh?
Excuse me?
We just need to plan a health fair, or what did you call it?
Health fair, that's it, or,
Okay.
yeah, benefits fair, whatever you wanna call it. What we did, just because, calendars get so full, we already checked dates and provided dates, so it's really up to you to decide if you wanna do it or not, and you just let us know. And then we'll come and man it. As I said, we'll invite carriers that work on your health plan, get some freebies, hand out toothbrushes, everyone loves toothbrushes, do raffle. Let's get your employees in there.
And
And
dependents.
dependents,
Yeah.
yeah, because we always hand out candy and the kids love that. So somehow, if you look at the benefit fair, look at how we can do it, if we do it at the facility that we used to meet at, like, I've been calling it wrong. You don't have to be there the entire time, just
Hop in and.
pop in and
Yeah.
out, make sure things are going good. If you have a wellness team or HWC, having someone there once an hour just to say, hey, we're part of the team, why don't you join us and you can help us with these, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just so much we can do. More that we can do for you, I should say.
What if we could do something like that at the fairgrounds?
Well, the problem is, usually it's during,
Work hours.
like, during the day, so we've done it previously in our, no, the upstairs above. I think
Multi-purpose room
the
upstairs.
multipurpose, I don't know if it's available.
Do it the county barbecue day, just make it a.
Well, there you go, we should
That
do the
actually
county
Why
would be
don't you
a good
invite
idea.
us for that and we can have a
Well,
little.
we
booth.
will, it is September
Day that employees are released to.
Well,
24th.
we also have the training day that we were to do with safety committee of doing the fire extinguishers at Public Works. So we can also look at possibly working something with them.
But people will come to the barbecue, so.
Okay, so that's September 24th?
Yes. Well,
Okay, when
hang
does that
on.
sound right?
So it is still listed as tentative on the calendar. I
Okay.
think that maybe Barb is waiting for confirmation from a couple more of the elected officials.
Okay.
Cindy, you are gone that week.
Well,
Oh.
I was
Are you
gonna go to the
gonna do that
barbecue
day?
and then I would
Okay.
WC.
She's not really gone.
No, sorry, I just saw that the board of directors retreat that
Okay.
day. That-
Oh.
We just
Blair's
leave,
going too, we'll just leave.
we just leave at
right when it's
noon,
done.
1:00.
All right, well,
We'll get that date.
I think that would be
confirmed with Barb
great.
and-
let us know as soon as possible, because
I think
I'll reach
when-
out to
And
our
we'll
vendors
try to
and
have healthy
HMA and see if
snacks.
I can get them there.
Doing a benefits fair, even like I said,
We'll
at the
talk.
barbecue, it can definitely go over
Instead of
well.
having cookies, we'll have apples and
No, we'll
Just
bring.
a little bit of caramel.
There you go.
No, yeah, and we bring a bunch of handouts and goofy stuff. So no, that would be great. All right, so what else can we do for you, or where would you? Is there?
We've got that scheduled, which I think is huge.
It's huge, and I'm
Decora's
happy.
probably like, Cindy, slow down. Don't remind everybody to sign up to get their forms completed for their
The wellness?
the what?
Your wellness? We can
Yeah, the
look at your
wellness, the little kickback, whatever it's.
Mhm. Yeah, you should have representation at the fair.
Well, it's
Or
good
not,
timing
your-
too, actually.
Give your hot dog and your wellness.
It's good timing for the reminder of
Yeah,
that
'cause you have
stipend.
plenty of time to finish
Yeah.
it.
All right.
I typically am not invited to those.
No, no.
And you can come.
Boomer CPAs aren't as popular benefit
They are.
fairs.
They are. People
I
ask
try to
for
be,
you.
try to be relevant.
Well, we need you because someone's gotta go get the ice. Someone's gotta go get the stuff out of the car.
That's very true.
The health plan though, because I'm looking at the time, and I know we have limited time, and I just want to make sure that we answer all your questions and concerns. What else we can do for you?
I think we're good.
I mean, we're pretty proud of
Is
the work we're
HWC
doing.
happy with where you're at?
Oh, I dare you now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the.
Yeah, I think as far as the plan is concerned, there was a little bit of concern a few years ago, because we did dip into our reserves. I think you guys probably remember that, having to make a few of those transfers out. But it's been built back up. It's taken some time, but Katie really took the incentive of providing us really detailed information every month, and it's continued through this last year. So, that's made me feel good about it. I mean, ultimately, it's very healthy. The reserve.
Sorry about that. I think having Mandy get us that report on a
Yeah.
monthly basis again, that will be good.
Yeah, Hub's report is awesome, but the one Katie created, like 3 really quick graphs and the totals of what's coming in and out. I like looking at that one every month. Yeah.
Have they continued that for you?
Oh, just in the last month when one of their employees stepped down, that's it, when we stopped there. But I was giving them a grace period there before asking again, because I know they're busy.
But I just want to say Larissa has been great on sending us this information, so thank you, Larissa.
Larissa's amazing.
She
I
is.
love working with her.
Everybody who works with Larissa loves working with Larissa.
Yes, I love her.
She will be on her deathbed, and she will still be here.
I was gonna say, sounds like no retirement for you.
No, but she's solid.
Well, you're very lucky because she's just different than a lot of people that we work with other municipalities. She genuinely cares. I mean, and others do too, but I mean, this is her priority, and I love her questions are really always good. So no, she's one of my favorite people. So
Ours too.
good, yeah.
She's very solid.
I
So
wanna
yeah,
skip
we will
the-
see you at the
fair.
barbecue.
Is there anything you wanted to point out? Yeah, we're gonna go
No,
to
I was
barbecue.
just
Dan,
gonna
you
say,
better attend.
yes, ma'am.
Get a hot dog,
I-
hamburger.
Yeah, do you want to touch on we do have a plan change that we may have to.
I'll have you do the plan change. The two things, your reserves are now over 50% of your projected plan spend for the next year. So in our experience, and this is typically west side larger public entities, people pay attention to that. Are you over reserved? I mean, you spend it down. You're not really over reserved, but what it allows you to do is if you renewed today and said, what's the projection for 1/1/26? What is the accrual rate projection that we would give you? It's 3%. That's a conservative, raise it 3%. You're going to cover within 2 standard deviations of all possible outcomes for 2026. With that high of a reserve, you have the option of not changing the rate, meaning you're just going to allow the potential burn rate to increase 3% onto the reserve for 2026. Bargained issues, all those things come into play, but you have a lot of flexibility with that reserve. And there's a lot of things that we are not bringing to your HWC because of that reserve, like narrow networks and importing prescriptions and all kinds of things, and tiered plan designs and direct contracts with the local providers. And all kinds of levers that are at your control are not in front of your HWC because of the performance of the plan. So you decide, give them the feedback, and they direct us how to focus. But right now, you are right on the verge of being able to use the reserves for added flexibility. The only thing that we ask that you not do is improve the benefits so much that we burn into that reserve,
Like we did a few
and then you
years
have to take
ago. Yeah.
benefits back out. I mean,
No, I would recommend just doing a slight increase. It's easier to do a slight increase every year. And literally, we are just, it looks healthy until we get hit by, we never get just one big hit. We get,
they come in bunches.
You go big or go home, and
What
that's,
happened
you know, if you're gonna do it
And-
right.
Your biggest year in the last 6 or 7 was 2021 at 13%, but it was surrounded on both sides by negative years. You didn't feel it, and you didn't overreact to that one year. So that's what a large reserve will do.
We do have a benefit that we do need to pay attention to for next year, and we will talk about that at the HWC, but Medicare rules are changing. So in order for Part D plans to be credible, when you're eligible for Part D coverage, they can no longer on a group plan have a greater than a $2,000 out-of-pocket maximum. Your current buy-it plan has a $3,000 out-of-pocket max. That plan is not credible for your members. Your core plan has a $5,000 out-of-pocket max. That plan is also not credible for your members. So we need to adjust those benefits. I'm just going to tell you right now, and then we'll talk about it more. What we'll propose is we're going to split up the out-of-pocket max, likely leave where it's at now, say 300 for the medical. We need to kind of control some of that. 3,000, sorry. But then add a 2,000 on the pharmacy. Okay, so that way, if you have one person and you do on your plan that's just heavy pharmacy utilizer, okay, so they're just going to have their 2,000 out of pocket max, and then they don't have to pay for their prescriptions anymore, but they'll have a 3,000 on the medical. So if they're a heavy medical utilizer, they're going to blow through that, still have to pay on the pharmacy side. So we're going to have to split that up so that the plan is credible. We do not want your employees, I know it's not going to be the intent of Grant County to provide group benefits, only to hurt the member when they leave Grant County to find that their benefits weren't even credible. So we need to stay on top of that.
So I'm not sure what credible and.
If you do not have credible coverage, and that's a great question, I'm sorry I missed that. If Medicare Part D does not consider this plan credible, and right now it wouldn't be for next year, does not consider credible, and you waive Part D benefits when it's first offered to you, you waive it because you think you're fine here, later pick it up, you will have a penalty every month that you waived it because your plan wasn't credible.
Okay.
Today, the plan, you know, up until now, you can be on this plan at 80 years old, waive Part D, now decide I'm finally going to retire, take Part D, and you're not penalized. Going forward, if we don't make some benefit changes, there will be a penalty. So that is coming up. That's just what we're staying in the right in front of us. Other than that, that's the only benefit change that we see, adding MD Live for the primary care physician piece, but that's your health plan renewal. You just got it in 101, like in 2 seconds, but we do need to take care of that benefit.
It's a CMS federal rule. It's not optional.
Okay, thank you for explaining.
Yeah, we don't have to. And I think health plans, you may hear a lot about health savings accounts and qualified high deductible health plans. Why don't we have an HSA plan? Going forward, those plans likely are not going to be credible for those individuals because the Part D is covering up under the out-of-pocket max, and that out-of-pocket max is closer to $8,000, which is also why you don't have one of those health plans. Your out-of-pocket max is $3,000 or $5,000. You don't have an $8,000. So I think some employers may look at it as like, okay, that might weed off some of our elderly population, but that's not going to be the philosophy of Grant County at all. In your presentation is a persona analysis. There was one slide on the persona analysis that does show you who that might affect. I'll tell you really quickly. You have on this labor pool, it shows you have 69 people under your health plan that are.
What number is that?
That is on page 28. Tab 4, page 28. So you have that many individuals that either are at Medicare eligible age or soon will be within 5 years. And so these are the people we need to make sure that the benefits that Grant County offers is credible for Part D.
How many of those are left one?
Your left one plan, you have about, we didn't pull left one. You didn't pull that one into the persona.
Everyone
I think there's like 7.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we're not pulling in the left ones from this persona. We purposely left it, because we can't control that. I mean, that's just gonna skew our numbers and it's not gonna make sense. So no, this is just your core and buyout plan participants, so the participants that we actually manage and do things. So 69 people is who that Part D credible coverage would affect, and so we're gonna stay on top of that. But as Dan mentioned, we have incredible bench strength. We have great compliance team. We stay on top of this well ahead of time. I mean, this actually came out over a year ago. So this is how we've been able to keep.
So are these dependents as well? Or are these
But
just?
these are only employees. No, we're only employing
I didn't
employees.
know we had 69 employees that were.
They're employees. These are employees. Yeah, because
I just like this one, the page before it, because in the previous format, Hub had me as, would you hurry up and retire, please? And now I am tenured talent.
Are you tenured talent?
If I were on the Grant County. So I just like the term better.
Well,
It is still gray, though.
I'll let you dig through that, but that is based on your employees. And we do have a dependent information in there, but it's not pulling your dependent ages. It's only pulling their tiers, so we can see how many employees cover dependents. But on the left of this, you can see your waivers. So only 3 waivers, and likely because they're under age 26, they are on their parent plan. So what this tells me is your plan is, people want to be on your benefits. No one's waving off of it, and they're not coming off either as they get closer to age.
We like to think that we're accurate predictors. I mean, most of my job is peering around the corner and telling you what I see. And we can't leave without saying at least the term AI. Where you'll see it with Hub is in reports like this. We're not just looking at a census and guessing.
We're scrubbing the data.
Yeah, we scrub it, we look at it, we benchmark it, and set our strategies and our recommendations to the committee based on those things. So yes, it has a lot to do with our experience, and we've been doing this a long time. No, that's not what we're entirely relying on. We're using the data that's provided, and the tools that Hub has is allowing us to do that.
Well, we know what to do with it.
So our stop loss, how many individuals have hit our stop loss so far this year?
Oh, I want to say, I think there's 2, because our last report said 2. But we didn't have any claims last month, and I want to say 1 individual's off.
Yeah, I remember.
So 1 or 2, is that right, Lisa? Okay, yeah, 1 of them is off, and right now we're doing good. If I remember correctly, you have a cancer that's coming up, but.
Oh, I love how you say, we have a cancer coming up. We have a plan.
No, sorry. We do, just so you know, because I like to stay on top of things. You're already out to bid. So we went out to market for your stop loss. We reached out to about 20 or so stop loss carriers. So we don't just take a renewal and call it good or go to 2 or 3 carriers. So Sun Life already knows it's not a given. They're, for next year, they have to fight for it.
So on page 7, tab 1, if you're keeping score at home, you can see that you've had the second red numbers column on page 7. You've had a stop loss claim every year except 2018.
Every year we moved you.
So nobody should be worried that, if you have $1 million claim, it's not going to hurt you. If you have 10 $249,000 claims, we're going to feel it.
We'll feel it.
Yeah, but a huge advantage of not having health insurance, which again, here is my opinion, is a non-competitive, non-aligned market space. And you have stop loss, which is brutally competitive. It plays out here. You can have a large stop loss claim, and that does not mean that your next year is going to blow up on renewal.
Well, we've seen that too.
We're beyond our 12 o'clock. No,
I know.
I think it's fascinating. So thank you for taking the time to come. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, thanks for allowing us to invite ourselves to September 24th barbecue.
It'll be fun.
We invite ourselves to all the parties that are planned by you. please.
Yes, we'll call the
EAP and see if they can help you out.
Plan the party for us.
I do have 1 extra for you, Larissa, if either you want that.
Caitlin, do you need that one for a minute?
She already has one. I gave her 1.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is 12:09. We will go into recess until 1 p.m. when we are back for our clerk's office update. Good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. and we are here for our clerk's office update with Clerk Kim Allen.
Who forgot she had her update today, so I have nothing other than to say, yay, glad you got a pick on new prosecutor.
How do you feel about that?
Happy? Good? I think it'll be good. Yeah.
It's always stressful. You never know.
I know,
You're-
yeah.
I mean, you do
No,
the best
they
that you
really
can.
were all three good
Yeah.
candidates, so it'll be good. It'll be a lot of change for that office, I think, but
How
for the
much will it
better.
change your office?
What's that?
How much will it change your office?
If it changes my office, I think it will be changes for the better. Yeah, we've had struggles with some of the work product coming out of the prosecutor's office, so I can only imagine that it will get better and not worse before it gets better. Yeah, so I think it'll be good. All three of them hit very relevant points that
I think they saw an opportunity for improvement.
yeah, definitely. I've said all along that what they really needed was some good mentorship down there. They've got so many new young attorneys, nothing against any of them. They're just new and young and inexperienced, and they got a lot of new support staff at the same time, and I think it's just been kind of a perfect storm of nobody really knowing for sure and not a lot of strong guidance. And I think support, providing some of that support will be a big improvement. So yeah, I think it'll be great. Might be rough for them for a little while, but
Yeah.
it'll come around. It'll come back around. So
How's everything going in your office? Good?
good. Yeah, we got our new interpreter collections clerk. She started yesterday and she came back today, so that's a good thing. And walked over with her. She has her orientation with HR right now, so.
You didn't bring her in to introduce us.
Well, yeah, she was supposed to be there at 1 and I was supposed to be here at 1, so. But yeah, very nice. I think she'll be great, so. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we're plugging away. Juvenile court has had some changes with funding that has affected some processes and dockets, and we're kind of working through that right now. But Swahil and I have a good working relationship, and so I'm sure we'll get through those changes. And yeah, Swahil's very easy to work with.
Yeah.
Very helpful, very willing to help, so it'll be fine. Once we all figure out what we're doing. Yeah. That's about all I've got. Have any questions?
All good. Thanks for coming to the interviews.
Yeah, you bet. I was interested in.
We had a pretty good list of callers that were online as well.
Yeah. I had to go for my allergy shots this morning, so I sat in the parking lot and I was like, okay, if I go in now, by the time I get checked in, they give me my shot, I have to wait 20 minutes. When will the announcement be? Okay, trying to time it, thought I was doing really good, and the nurse came in, she's like, oh, you only have about a minute left, let me take a peek. And as she was saying that, you guys were making the announcement, and I was like, I missed it. Thankfully, I had my closed captioning on,
Oh,
and
and you
Rob
read it.
repeated it, and so I got to see it at the end. I was like, okay. That's nice, having that ability to remote into things like that.
It certainly
So,
is.
yeah.
I love the WebEx function on some of our board meetings that aren't really long. Instead of traveling to Wenatchee or whatever, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, being here in person is better, but when you can, yeah, it's a great option.
Davenport, do you go to Davenport? Davenport is a long drive.
Not that bad.
But like from Royal City, it was a long drive.
It's a little bit.
Well, yeah. Yeah. How do you even go from Royal City? Do you have to come here and then go?
Probably afraid of that.
Kind of, well, and traveled it both ways, like I-90 and up and through, or, yeah, it's just like, it's a long drive.
It's not bad from my house.
It's
Straight
kind of
shot on
straight
the back
through.
road.
It's a drive. It's a drive.
The nice thing is there's many ways to get there. So if you get bored with one, you can go a different one.
True. I haven't been toward Moses since they closed the road. How's the traffic
It's not bad.
going around?
Yeah, it didn't really slow things down.
Oh,
When
well,
you
that's
say
good.
Wasn't bad.
I thought you
Maybe
said
extra 5 minutes. Bottleneck at, what is it, airport and Enterprise?
Oh,
intersection. Depends on what time of day, I think, too.
true. Yeah.
And you came over this afternoon, right?
Yeah,
How was it?
fine.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
It's good to
Making
hear.
a shortcut through by Walmart. Just
You have to just remember it's only 8 weeks long, so we're halfway through almost
hopefully we'll have it done before the,
this week.
Your math is funny.
7.5 weeks to go.
All right.
Well, thank you, Kim.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll go into recess now. Until 1:15 when we are back with public defense.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon. It is 1:16 p.m. and we are here for our public defense office update with Brett Hill.
Who's been eating treats?
Probably all of us.
Probably me and my animal crackers.
All right, good afternoon. Boy, I was telling Ms. Vasquez, it's been a day already, and it's only 1:15, but anyway.
Well, I hope it gets better.
I understand that the board has made an offer to a prosecutor. Yeah, that's
Yes,
been
we have.
accepted, I would assume.
We have appointed a new prosecutor that should be sworn in August 4th, or before, he'll take office midnight, August 4th.
Good, that sounds like a good thing. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Hope that'll all work out great. Somebody to work with. I think we can work pretty well with Mr. Guernsey. You know, if past experience with him holds true. He is someone that will communicate well with us, and that was a big concern of ours, is communication. So yeah, so I would be pleased. Of course, I would have been pleased probably with any one of the three candidates,
Yeah,
but
they were very, very qualified, all three of them.
yeah. And so, but we're pleased with that, or I am. I guess I shouldn't speak for anybody else. But I appreciate your work in doing that quickly. I know they were, waiting for the party, kind of crunched the time, but appreciate that you made a quick decision and made it happen. Anyway, Kind of one of the main things on our list, I don't know, and maybe it'll come to you later, but, you know, one of our issues is the audit has decided the Department of Retirement Services, there's been some issue. They think that our contracts create employee status for some of the attorneys. I couldn't disagree more. The problem is the things that they cite are all things that are required for contracts by the public defense statutes, 10-101, and which refer to the standard that the guide we should use is the standards of indigent defense for the Bar Association, and the Bar Association requires all the things for contracts that they have concerns about. So you know, my impression is that they haven't looked at anything other than the WAC that applies to Department of Retirement Services. But so I don't know how much of a headache that's going to become, but we have the exit. What do they call it? An exit report or whatever. That's today at 2:00, and I'm going to sit in on that. So I don't. I mean, maybe I'm premature in being too concerned about it. But I see that on the horizon, and they have a couple of good points that you know, we might want to revisit some of the language in our contract. Because a couple of things are kind of that way, you know, kind of point towards employee status, but it's really because it's required by the Bar Association to do that. So I don't know. I think it's a catch-22, and it's got to apply to every county. So, but I don't know. So anyway, so that's kind of a thing. Other than that, I mean, you know, we're dealing with our stuff that's happening on individual cases, working hard. We had another sort of a conflict thing come up on one of our multi-conflict cases, so we're digging around for another lawyer to help us and to help us out with that case in particular. And ultimately, it's not that big a deal. It's on one of the big cases, but the work isn't going to be that, shouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Other things important to the board were our caseload status is just fine right now, doing okay. We do have some good news. Our legal intern, you know, as far as recruitment goes, our legal intern that we have this year has worked out quite well, and while there's no guarantees, he's considering, you know, next year when he graduates, wanting to apply for permanent employment here. And also we have there's a legal intern. I haven't interviewed that person yet, but he's in Douglas County. But Douglas County has let him know that they don't intend to hire next year. They don't think they're going to be open to hiring. And so he's reached out based on the rural intern program to me because he has some contact with somebody in Moses Lake or something, maybe a girlfriend or something. But so that's kind of promising. So of course that neither of those pay off till next year, but it's
sure better than no
but
year.
It's something. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's better than having no one interested in coming to work. And so I'm kind of optimistic about those sorts of things right now. Other things important to the board probably is our budget. While I think I probably tell you this every 2 weeks, but we have certain line items that are more stressed than others, but our overall budget is healthy. We're in the red, we're in the black by a significant portion. So
So we do feel good about that. Of course, that kind of relates to our positions that we can't fill. 'Cause those are the things that help you get in the black pretty quick when you don't have enough employees. So that's, but at any rate, yeah, so we feel pretty good there. And working on that, because as I understand it, we're gonna have a little bit earlier budget process this year.
No, it will be in November,
It's in November?
the meetings, correct.
It
When am
should
I-
be a few weeks later.
Okay, when's my budget due? October-ish?
Don't know.
Don't know, haven't
Usually
set that
go in
yet?
October, yeah.
Has it? Okay.
We did it early one year because Katie was expecting because of her delivery date. Then for some reason, the second year, it just automatically was scheduled, because I think we only have done them twice in.
Oh, I know why I was thinking that it's early, it's because the OPD application they're changing that.
So we kind of push it back to.
That's coming up early, so I gotta do that. Okay, that's what it was, because we get our money from the state, which is almost inconsequential, but we get our money from the state. We've been getting at the beginning of the year, and I think they've said that they're gonna change that to the fiscal year. And so in the transition, they're gonna push those up to match the state's fiscal year. Anyway. Yeah, I'm here for any questions if you have some.
Just got an email about the indigent defense cases funding.
The funding?
OPD.
Washington State Counties Association, Lincoln County, Pacific County, and Yakima County suing the state of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like they won. It's the state, and they're going to have to fund.
Is that a new lawsuit, or is that an update of the one that was filed a year or two ago?
It says unless the state appeals to the Supreme Court, it'll head back for trial in Superior Court.
Oh.
We won on our appeal.
Oh.
On public defense.
Yeah, because I think they dismissed that complaint, and it was appealed by counties. Well, that's good to hear that that's back, for the counties at least.
Yeah.
Good. Nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I guess. Everything I read, the state's broke, but of course, 2 years ago, everything I read was the state was flush with money. So I guess people have an idea where it went, but I don't know what it went. But anyway, yeah, well, that's all I've got. You know where to find me if you need me. I'm not too far away.
You're all hop, skip, and jump away.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
No other questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll go into recess until 1:30 when we're back with the prosecuting attorney office update. It is 1:30 p.m. and we are here for the prosecuting attorney's office update. We do have Rebecca Kaler showing up online with us.
Good morning, or good afternoon, I guess.
Good afternoon.
I don't have anything specific today. I do want to thank the board for making a decision regarding the appointment of the prosecutor. I know our office really appreciates the board making that decision and not elongating the decision. So thank you.
And Rebecca, I guess Kevin is out. The commissioners received an email from Brian Guernsey. Apparently a comment was made that Kevin would possibly appoint the new, where am I at? The newly appointed, well, there's an overlap as chief deputy until Kevin's last day. He's out this week. Do you have any, I don't think we have an ability to contact Kevin. I don't think I have his number to see if you want to move forward on something like that. Do you have correspond, or are you able to contact him?
I've been working very closely with Kevin and HR and Brandon for the last, let's see here, from whenever you guys appointed him until now,
8:55.
however many hours that has been, to work to see if we can't get him in the office as soon as possible as the criminal chief deputy, so he can hit the ground running today, if not tomorrow. Um, we're hoping that TS can speed. I know they typically need like a lead time of 5 days. And we're really hoping that they are able to speed up their process and get everything on their end um, together so that he can have access to email and a login either today or tomorrow. We're really hoping for that. I know Janet was working on that. HR is going to be meeting with Brandon this afternoon. I believe is what they were going to try to work out to get things set up. There is some paperwork that needs to be done, so we're working on getting the paperwork worked out. So things are moving. There are some logistical stuff that we are trying to work through. I think the big question is TS right now. So if you have any insight into
He
what we
was
can
a
do to
former
speed
employee.
up. What's that?
He was a former employee and he's been gone for less than 6 months. They should be able to reinstate his previous email and just
Okay.
not to do the background checks, I'm assuming.
Okay.
But I don't know their policy, but because he's already been vetted previously, he should be able to roll right in.
Okay, fantastic. I will have Janet double check on that. So we're really hoping for Brandon to hit the ground running. Um, I think everybody's on board with that. I know, in talking with Brandon this morning and Kevin, I think we're all ready for Brandon to hit the ground running.
And Barb, do we do this? I don't know. I think Janice used to do it, the 10,000, or you did, the $10,000 bond for elected officials?
Yes, that would be me,
Okay. And I guess we'll get working on that.
once I have his information.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so he will start off as the chief criminal for the time that Kevin is still in office. And then August 4th, he will then switch over obviously to the appointed prosecutor position. So that's where he will need the bond. So yeah, whatever we need to do to make the logistics of that happen, let us know, Barb.
I sure will, thank you.
Thank you.
And then, I think I mentioned this yesterday to you, if we were to appoint we have some time, an independent elected official, typically the Republican Party or the Democratic Party would give us up to 3 names to select, kind of what we did with Brian. But if they are an independent elected official running on the independent ballot, it said to refer to the AG's office, or
That was the process.
there was another office we could have looked into. So I guess we just need direction on how to appoint.
Okay. Our office can certainly look at that. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm certainly happy to take a look at that. Do you have a timeline that when you need to know by?
I think it's
Next
about-
June.
Yeah.
I'm
Next
sorry?
June, need it next June, but it
Oh,
does
okay.
a bit of time, so we thought we would,
Okay.
that would be the longest. Or
Okay.
that day, I guess.
I'm sorry?
Or the unelected official that has a really bad day, that could be their last, so we just need to.
Sure. Sure. Okay. All right.
Send you the information that I have so far on it.
Okay, I appreciate it. I don't have anything else specifically. Is there anything further that you guys have or questions that you have?
Not right at the
I don't
moment,
have
I
any
think
more.
we're good.
Well, thank you for working with Brandon, and helping him ease into office. We appreciate that.
Not sure how much of a easing it will be. I think it's going to be a dump, but should be interesting.
Okay, that's all.
All right, well, thank you, Rebecca. We will go into recess until 2 p.m. We're back for a weekly commissioners meeting.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, it is 2:01 p.m. and we are here for our weekly commissioners meeting. I'll now call the meeting to order and begin with an open forum for public input, 3 minutes per person, 15-minute maximum. We have any members of the public in the audience with public comment today? Hearing none, we do have 2 attendees, our loyal attendees. Welcome back.
You have a
And then we have no one online that I see. So I'll entertain an approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Agenda is approved. Do we have any correspondence, emails, letters of support that need our response or attention?
I did reach out to our future prosecuting attorney, and he is an iPhone person, so I CC Tom on the email, so Tom will get it ordered.
Tom's probably like, I'm already on it. You all told me. I'm already talking to the guy.
Oh, there you are, Tom. In
When I
here.
started
Did
to
you
talk,
see it's an
Tom was
iPhone?
Just sitting quietly in the back here.
iPhone, so I'm glad. Thought he's an iPhone person.
And then we will do a press release for that decision.
That uses iPhones?
No, the selection of the prosecuting attorney.
Yes, working with HR. I've drafted something. Mr. Guernsey will be in this afternoon, so HR will review it with him to make sure that I've got his little short summary correct.
Great.
And then they'll send it back with any edits for us to publish.
Okay, perfect. Any other items for that?
Tom?
There he is, calling
Tom
Tom.
has something
I'm an
right now.
iPhone user. Then the roundtable discussion, we have Moses Lake Sand Dunes land transfer on here.
Yes, so I've been copying the board in on the stuff that's going on around there, and I need direction from the 3 of you. I'm assuming you've all read what has been transpiring. Do you want the property is, I guess, the first question.
They're essentially gifting the property, right?
Much, yes.
So I would say yes.
I don't like gifts. Yeah, we'll take it.
That's 2, Cindy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a lot of paperwork
County
that goes
management
involved in
and
Okay.
someone else, a conservancy or somebody.
And in the stuff that I sent you, it's all to Josh Sainsbury and with his signature. And I assume that it's gonna be the 3 of your signature or the chair, so we'll get everything changed over. Get the quitclaim deed signed, a new letter of interest signed. Do you have any other direction for this paperwork or just start moving forward with the transfer of the project? 'Cause I sent you a lot of stuff. And I, of course, don't understand. Rebecca's been involved, the treasurer, and I haven't really heard too much. I guess just waiting for the board to make sure you do want.
Yeah, as long as as long as they're gifting it to us and we're not paying for it.
Yeah, Daryl had come in asking how we were gonna pay for it when the understanding was that they were going to transfer or gift to us.
And obviously, we pay for the transfer fees, I would imagine.
They did
Anything
state that they
associated
were
with that.
going to pay for the 580,000 from some state special fund, legislative appropriation fund that they have. And then they also said that they would pay for the recording fees involved as well.
Okay, perfect.
As long as the board is good, I'll make sure that all the stuff says, because right now, everything says Josh Sainsbury. We'll put either Rob or a full board signature.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of.
Okay, since we're just talking about that, kind of like conservation. Did you guys see that the Nature Conservancy was going to transfer 9,000 acres on Beasley Hills to Department of Fish and Wildlife? The reason I ask is I sent them an email asking, would there ever be an opportunity in the future that these 9,000 acres would be transferred to the county's management? Instead, obviously, we don't necessarily have a department that would manage something like that, but having 9,000 acres available for, things like shrub stent mitigation rather than it just being in the state's bank would be nice at times.
And that
I
Beasley.
didn't get a reply though, and this has been a few weeks, so.
Well, and we own a parcel up there at the top of Beasley Hills, a parcel the county owns. We have a lease agreement with Tomer to take care of the stuff up there, so.
Yeah, I just wondered if there was any interest in pushing that type of idea for that reason, the county being the holder of, I don't know why we would, things like that. I'm imagining there's a lot of shrubs set up there.
Yeah.
So I can see why Fish and Wildlife would be the manager. The downside is then it still is taken away from our available conservation land, so.
Good thought.
Did you get that email from?
Catherine Waterstone. And I emailed her back asking if there was any possible chance of when a transfer like that was interested, or they're interested in a transfer like that, of it being transferred to county management. And I didn't ever hear back. So I thought about calling and just asking again, but kind of just pushing on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Why give all the land? And private people also give or gift or leave land to Fish and Wildlife, DNR, and things also. Then it's just shrub step. So
I think it'd be worth reaching out again.
It's being transferred to WDFW.
yeah, 9,000 acres, Beasley Hill Preserve. Any other roundtable items?
Yes. For the tourism travel planner publisher proposals, is the board all okay with me reaching out to the non-top scoring proposers to let them know that they were not one of the top 3 scoring proposers?
That'd be a great idea.
And then I'll send, with that, if you guys are okay, also send an email to the top 3 scoring proposers and just let them know that their proposals are being moved on to the next stage of review. That's all right. And then just gonna go ahead, sorry, I dropped the ball a little bit. The elected officials and department head luncheon is 2 weeks from now. And we need a topic for the training. I know it had been discussed about HR maybe doing an FMLA training like at the last one, but then with everything going on with Lexipol, the new policies and Tyler Tech and everything like that, I don't know that HR has the time to throw together a presentation in 2 weeks. I can definitely reach out if the board would like me to, or if you guys have some other idea of a training that could be done.
We can briefly talk about the mandatory training that we're supposed to be doing. There's been some input on that it would have been nicer instead of rolling out all the trainings that were supposed to happen, maybe 1 a month. So it wasn't overwhelming, because apparently in some offices, when an employee sees that, they will just literally spend the entire day just getting that training done, and that's not really what they want. They want to just slowly work that in. So maybe we could next time roll out the training, notify our elected officials, department heads. Tom?
Do you want me to give everybody an update on the jail, the coroner's office, and what the PUD is doing up on that?
That would be great, because I think we need to be doing more notifications to our elected officials so they know what's on in our
So
department heads.
I can do like a 5 or 8 slide, something on that.
Thank you, Tom.
Would you like me to reach out to Decorah then about the Lexipol training, or is that something that you as the commissioner?
I should talk about it. I think it should come from HR, or even if it wasn't HR, our Choke, and ask him if he maybe wants to spend like 2 minutes just kind of going over the training. Yes, Tom.
Yeah, I had one other thing too, just so that the board is aware. So I did reach out to the owner of the taco stand since the road is closed. They weren't happy with what we were authorizing and she wanted to know what she could do. I said the best thing you could do would be make an appointment with the county commissioners, one of them, and tell your story, and see what they think. And apparently she has not called. So it is closed right now, so they're not doing any business. There's nobody there. So we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah. Opinions for another time.
Yeah. I just want to give you an update.
Maybe we can have Dell come, and Dell has gone through some extensive training, and he's also had Dr. Williamson come and talk to his team, and Dell might want to spend maybe 10 or 15 minutes just doing some positivity reinforcement highlights. Share some of his knowledge. You can talk about some things that are crispy. Crispy is, in the Dr. Williamson training, is when it's crispy, it is kind of over the top. It's really awesome. Crispy.
I meant Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but.
When it sounds crispy,
Down
it's
with the
really
donut.
awesome. We'll see if Dell would come and, maybe do some feel-good training.
Okay, I can reach out to him also. I guess before I forget too, did the board have a preference for where we get lunch from?
Oh, for the luncheon. Okay.
Yes.
I was like,
Not today.
We can't exceed our,
she were to send in the feel-good training to the taco stand. That's where I was lost.
Sorry.
So I don't know if I clocked out for a minute.
We did Subway last time, the little boxes, and that was under the per diem.
They loved it. Everybody loved that.
Okay.
It was fine, but they loved it.
Something we
okay,
could do
what
again.
about the wrap place? Is that
Pita
under-
Pit?
It's a lot more money, probably. Might be able to get a discount.
I can take a look.
If
The
we don't do
Subway
the-
one was like a party pack that had all those little boxes, which is why it was under the per diem. So I can look and see if Pita Pit has something
Well, sometimes
similar.
Pita Pit, we've had Pita Pit before, and we just get the banquet
Yeah, I like Pita Pit. They
case
cater.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's not like individually wrapped. I mean, they're individual sandwiches, but they're more of a banquet instead of a lunchbox.
Look into that.
We'll just leave that up to you.
We just get the conference room on a Tuesday at the pizza place, and then everybody can get just unlimited wings at the buffet.
There you go. Starved to death on wings.
Department head luncheon to be held at Time Out Pizza.
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay. Great.
Any other roundtable items?
No,
I don't think so.
All right. Any walk-on items?
no walk-ons this week.
Nicely done, everyone.
Tom has a walk-out item, not a walk-on item.
Item 20,
Tom would like item number 20 removed.
and just approval of denial for change of location for cannabis license on number 5. Then if no other roundtable items, I'll entertain a motion for consent agenda items.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda items 1 through 22, removing number 20.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to approve consent agenda as stated by Commissioner Carter. Thank you. And we have no walk-on items.
Put my shoes.
Thanks, Tom.
Speaking
They're gonna go
of,
start digging up the highway, so I'm gonna go see what,
Tom? I
Right,
lost
right.
my, you can put on here, but sometimes my little clip, I lost my ID, so.
Hi there.
You lost your whole thing?
How are you?
I'm good, how are
Somebody's
you?
impersonating Cindy Carter?
Good.
Yeah. So you know if they show up late, so if they show up first thing in the morning, not first.
AP badge.
That would might be handy, yeah. 'Cause I think usually.
Do you want to hand them to me?
I don't care.
Does it feel a little better? Yes, hand them to me
Well, I
and
can
announce
grab
each one.
I was gonna say, I'm just concerned that you're gonna accidentally sign something that you shouldn't.
Number 20. Did
Yes.
you pull it?
Not yet. Commissioners minutes for the week of July 7th.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put this handy dandy little, red folder in here in case somebody needs a bright red folder.
You guys need to date these or you want me to date them?
Okay. We'll look through them afterwards anyways. Extension request from McKay Healthcare. SIP project.
SIP.
Extension request from McKay Healthcare on a different SIP project.
Actually, I'm going to Kids Hope next.
Invite all the kids.
No,
Pool party.
no.
This is the denial of the change of location.
Approve the denial.
Correct.
It's quite confusing.
I have this conversation every.
I know.
I would like to see where it was, so I'm surprised it has to be A, B, and C.
Special occasion liquor license application. Well, they were AP batches, so. Reimbursement request for OIC.
From
Wait,
ARPA
what
or
was the
what?
22nd? Is it 22nd
The
or 21st?
CDBG.
Oh, shoot, I put 22nd on that, on that paper.
Today is the 22nd.
I put 21 though on there.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'll fix it. Reimbursement request from Renew on CDBG.
you better wind up that watch.
Reimbursement request for Renew on ARPA.
Just carry on.
Let's carry on.
Oh.
No. And we just have different amount than what they have shown for their extension. Obviously.
What do you mean?
Or the one it.
Oh, her correction?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we not?
Reimbursement request from Renew on ARPA.
No, I can pop in her own. Thank you.
From all the bread we made with the.
Disgusting thought.
Winding it up.
I'll start winding it up.
Don't want the date wrong.
Reimbursement request from the city of Moses Lake, the CHG. I don't know that I've ever.
Did I hear their last one?
Successfully worked. I couldn't tell you.
Here we go.
It's all gonna disappear now out of Moses Lake.
Reimbursement request from 340, I think. Yeah.
Someone has to change.
Triennial contract.
July 1st, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cleaned up.
They were out there working on it.
I mean, that part's cool, but I don't think it's gonna lessen.
I can start talking about these if there's gonna be less.
So excited.
Might white out the date that I put in the wrong spot.
Okay, will do.
Oh, did I print 3 of these?
You emailed me to print it for
Darn it, I did try to print 3, but that's okay.
The request for CDBG is a DocuSign and the resolution to go with the local agreement.
She does enforce it, doesn't matter. It's kind
Resolution notice of hearing for vacation.
Favorite dog. Chained in so it can't fall out.
Sorry, the end of July. Needs to slow down.
Request to purchase equipment for the assessor's office. It's 2 Ford Broncos.
Oh, really?
Section of that.
Did they not pay in the R&R? Get free
Yeah,
ones?
they have, over here, she's got 80 or 90,000 in her vehicles.
So they put in effect.
Only 2 of them?
Ordinance. I don't think they've ever.
130 grand, you get 2 Raptors or what?
Why'd you do that? Just because they gotta quit complaining.
Really?
How much money did it cost?
2 like little Raptor Broncos?
They're getting Raptor Broncos.
No, they're not. But I mean, how much they're paying, I thought. Getting additional keys, so I have 4 keys.
130,000 for 2 vehicles, that
Seems steep. Tax. Paying 60,000 a piece, 65 grand a piece. The ones I buy are.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of state travel request. For renewal.
I know, but 60 grand, you gotta get a Jeep Wrangler.
Jake breaks.
A nice one. Probably a Rubicon.
Well, I think they need something with clearance.
So they came before the board and worrying about
Out of state travel request for renewal.
Ford Bronco Big Band.
you can't use the Jake brakes. If you're a trucker, you're not gonna.
You know,
do that out there.
Ford Ranger, hybrid, all-wheel drive, that's all you get.
The commercial lease.
I thought about doing
Motor.
a FOIA request for how many people are specific on that.
Every time I get made fun of when I pull up in that little truck, I just look at the miles per gallon when I get back in it.
Purchase order 1038.
Yeah, I have one signature on that lease agreement, right?
Once I put the sticker there, I just kind of forget.
Yeah, now when someone calls, you can be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who signed that?
Yeah.
Someone signed it. The Washington Department of Veteran Affairs contract. Wait, they're over here. No, there you go. It's the clerk, yes.
Close one.
You almost got demoted real quick.
You knew too. You were like,
I remembered that one was funny.
you were waiting. Okay.
George.
Well, my son used to say from
No, you have to
miles
sign
per
too.
gallon, not the miles per gallon.
You got me there.
They should.
I mean, I don't disagree.
I'll
Like
stamp
what
your
I
name
want
later.
to drive is not what I drive.
I know.
How
But
old do you get? You're like, I don't really care.
yeah, I just don't really care.
cannot
But then I do care. But then I'm like, I'd rather put that money into something that makes money.
Yeah, it's hard to justify buying a car.
I want a Porsche so bad.
You only live once.
Oh, I know. I tell myself that too. I'm like, what if I die on this trip?
Ozzy Osbourne would have gotten a Porsche.
Yeah. I got the calls for service from Mac Dispatch. So I was just gonna tell you in the roundtable, but it didn't print. Barb printed it for me
Calls for service to Matt from our office or from.
from everywhere. So I was gonna print one for each of you. And I was gonna tell you just our portion. Looking for the biggest bill.
It'll be the sheriff's office.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the coroner's office. And then,
In George, so he did a collect call because he knew the mayor.
I think they do both. I think
For
they
some
both
reason,
call
I'm
them.
struggling to find the sheriff's
Trying to make
office.
a collect call to Charlie Brown, the mayor of George Washington.
$483,259, 34,824 calls.
How many 34,000?
824.
That's today.
I don't know.
So now, right now, Oh, they're actually going up. So this is their estimated price for next year. Is going to be, so that's what 2025 is, 483,000. 2026 is going to be 533,000. Estimating having less calls. So they're going up. Moses Lake Fire Department, 199,000. Moses Lake Police Department, 602,000. So the cost when people call 911.
This is about $28. How much is it now?
If you can do the math. 38,000 was 500, or 33,000 was 530,000.
And then you have some people that call like 80 times on their neighbor.
Yeah. Or they just call 80 times.
You're like, come on, do you know we have to pay for that call?
Yeah, the rest of the county.
You say it was 580,000 divided by
530 divided by 33,000.
362 divided by 33,715.
Okay, well, without all the extra numbers, it's 16.06.
$16 every time.
No, it's more than that for a call.
That's the 530 divided by 33.
I thought it was $28. Did we reduce it?
They might have got it lower with the AI stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but you call 911, you go directly to that. If you call dispatch, 762 number, you go to AI. And then you get this run around for 10 minutes.
It's quicker than that now.
Oh, well.
But it's still.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And then you might get to talk to an officer, but you'll probably get a phone number. And leave a message. And then they'll call you back.
I usually just ask for the call back. Then they call.
Hopefully, like they said, as it gets used more, it'll get better.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better since last year.
Yeah, it's way better than it was, that's
Maybe some like the coroner, maybe that ends up being a $30 each call. The sheriff's a high
Okay, so
volume user.
533,000 divided by 33,000.
That was the 16, right?
Well, I just did 530 even by 33 last time. So 533 divided by 33, 16.15.
Does that sound like home?
Yes. Do you want me to call Tom and let him know?
Bet you're smart.
Yeah, I thought it was more. The call, so maybe they reduced it. Trying to figure out.
Yeah. I just like to remember. All right, it is 2:29 p.m. and we will adjourn.
No. Well, I'm gonna call my parents that you said that because they use iPhones.